Hello, hello. Jamie Flick here alongside Kevin Ellis Jr. for the final time this season for the Porsche Heuer Esports Supercup team stream for Apex Racing Team. It's been a good run.
We've had a bit of fun this season.
We've had a lot of fun this
Yeah, we
season,
have.
and I think maximum fun is going to occur in this final round at Monza, as it always does.
Yeah.
We'll say you've never really had a lot of fun at this track, but
Oh.
I've always enjoyed it around Monza.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with this place. I've never quite gelled with it. Even if pace is okay in testing and stuff like that, I've never quite executed the entire event at Monza. Of course, when we moved to ESLR1, I thought, okay, this could be the chance. New platform, hopefully I get on with the track a little bit better.
Nope.
Not really, no. I've had a couple good ones on Rennsport, to be fair, but regarding the iRacing stuff, yeah, I've never gone well around here. There was one race where I was near the front. I think it might be the last season. I'll need to double check this. Not last season, sorry, 2022. I think I had a good round.
Ages ago, really.
I mean, yeah, it's donkeys ago now.
In sim racing terms, that's
Yeah.
like...
I was fourth in the sprint with fastest lap.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But then I got crashed in T1 of the feature.
Yeah.
Which
You've not had a lot of
basically-
luck, really, more than anything. You've always actually generally had good pace.
Yeah, I've never really... I think I had one season where I had a monumental crash into T1, if you remember. I hit the grass, I braked too late and hit the grass. I went sliding through.
Yeah.
Because I qualified like 27th or something like that. It was really bad.
2011th, it was really far back.
It was, yeah. I was 55th on the grid.
55th in a 20 car failure, or 25 car failure, probably.
Yeah, it was not good.
It wasn't great. Whereas I've generally had the opposite luck. It's a track that's always suited my eye, even though I have an undying hatred of almost all chicanes.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't like chicanes.
I've never been a big fan, but for whatever reason, I've always got on okay with Monza. I guess because it's like a really simple layout.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to think too hard. It's like, all right, well, if I just paint by numbers, here's the next breaking point. Oh, I'll need to hit that apex, and I can see it pretty clearly. And then, for me, it's like quite an easy track to at least find a rhythm in.
Yeah.
Tracks like... I've always typically struggled with Road Atlanta up until the last ASLR1 season, where just corners come at you thick and fast, and for whatever reason, I just never really managed it that well. But yeah, I've always got a pretty good result out of Monza. I did well last season in ESL with the podium that I got in the main race, the final race. Bunch of top fives in PESC.
And even here in this season, I'm looking at your P5 in the feature, which secured you P7 in points, which is an extra 2.5 grand, 1.5 grand, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't always qualify brilliantly at Monza. I've had a couple of good ones, a couple of bad ones, but I've always been able to fight my way through.
Yeah. I feel like Monza's a weird one. I think it's one of those circuits where it's so easy to get in your own head because the straights are so long.
You have a long time to wait and think, like, if you're on a good lap, you have a lot of time to, like, stew over it, and it's hard not to.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of where I was. Like, I'd never quite have the raw pace at Monza, so I know that I would need to nail a specific part of the lap. So if I nailed the first chicane, you've got like 15-20 seconds to just sit there and go, okay, this is good. Few deep breaths, hit the brakes, and say, oh, I've messed up already.
Yep.
As soon as you turn in, it's just it takes so much precision to be good at Monza.
Yep.
And if you can't just get in the right zone mentally and stay in it for a minute and 45 seconds or however long it is, then you can go from fighting for pole to, be lucky to be in the top 20.
Yeah. Question there in the chat: where do we expect bumps driving this week?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Obviously we've got a little bit of insight as to what's probably going to happen this evening.
Yep.
It's more of the same.
And actually, we've got a bit of an announcement for tonight, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're going to show the outlap.
Yeah.
This week.
So
you guys are going to get to see, because typically we don't show them because obviously,
it's a strat that could be used in future rounds, but
exactly.
this is the last round.
There's drivers within the series that will be watching these streams, and if they're missing something, they could maybe learn something from our streams. Because it's the last round of the season, all bets are off. Who cares? We're going to expose. We're going to expose everything. We're going to show you guys just how ridiculous this has gotten, and because we're not an official broadcast as such related to iRacing, we can actually
we can say
be
and
honest.
do what we want.
We can be honest about it. We're not going to sit here and lie to you guys. It's been a joke all season, and this week I think it's gotten slightly worse. Some guys have found some extra stuff that will, in turn, boost performance, and you guys will get to actually see that firsthand. And how long? Sort of 10, 15 minutes, something like that. Maybe even less than that.
It'll be less than that, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Soon.
Soon.
Soon. You'll see it soon.
So yeah, we're about 2.5 minutes away from the end of practice, and then yeah, we'll jump on board with someone. I guess Johan.
I'm assuming Johan, yes.
Yeah.
We've not been told otherwise, yeah.
Johan's volunteered his services. He's volunteered as a tribute.
And it's good actually we're watching Johan this week because his pace has been
Very
electric.
good.
Yeah. He's looked very good in the test races. His PBs and stuff in practice have looked very strong. He's right up there with Alejandro.
He's feeling it.
He's vibing. He's vibing. And the great thing for Johan this week as well is he's not on the cusp anymore. No. He's no longer...
It's like the first time ever.
He's hooked together a full season for once. Yeah. He's had a really sort of solid, I think is the right word to use. It's been great in points, but there's been a couple sort of stinkers in there that he won't be happy with. But across the board...
He's not had a disaster.
In PES terms, yeah, he's not had any absolute disaster, like no points kind of things. He's always able to salvage some kind of points from somewhere. So he's in with a shot at P3, and he's looking quick, so he's got to feel good.
He must feel good. And yeah, the point I was about to make was normally he leaves it until the second half of the season to actually start gaining any points at all.
Yeah.
I think it was... Years at 2020, 21 maybe, where
check for you.
Like he scored basically nothing in the first 4 rounds of the championship, and then still held on to the license. He just gave everyone a massive head start, and then got stuck in.
Yeah, here it is here. So he finished 19th, which I think at that time it was top 20.
Yeah,
top 20 retained your license. And in the first 4 races, so the first 2 rounds, but obviously you've got the sprint and the feature, his best finish was 37th.
Best finish.
He started out the season 37th, 39th, 37th, 38th, and then all of a sudden got a P4 in the sprint, P9 in the feature, and then was kind of back to 26th, 33rd, 32nd, 10th, 35th, and then he banged together a couple top 10s, got a quali ban for the second last round, and then in the last round went 8th and then got a podium in the feature. And that saved his license by 9 points. So Johan has got a history of that.
He does.
However, even last season, to be fair, he was much more comfortable, I think. Last season he wasn't around the cut at all, was he?
No.
He was like P7, P8 in the end, somewhere around there.
That.
So
he did what I normally did.
Yeah. He just
I took on his role, but without the big
comeback.
The big comeback at the end.
Yeah. It's one of those things with PES. You can never quite it's really hard to kind of manufacture a result out of anything. But yeah, as I say, he's in the fight for P3 this season. So, pressure's kind of off him in that regard. He can just sort of go out there and just do his best, and then whatever happens, whatever is what happens kind of thing. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting race though. Of course, 2 feature races this week. So not quite double points, but rather than the maximum of 85, there's now 110.
Yeah.
So for the guys around the cup, a lot of points to be gained for the guys, especially like Diogo and Sebi, who are fighting for the title.
Well, they're fighting amongst themselves.
No one else fighting amongst themselves,
unless hell freezes over and pigs start flying. Like, no one's getting anywhere near them.
Very true.
It is mathematically possible for, for Luke and Johan to get there, but it requires Diogo to not score any points and then pick up penalty points as well on top of that.
Yeah, it's looking unlikely.
Happen.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to
show you. Here we go.
We're going to show the cheese. I dare not try and explain some of what's some of it doesn't make it.
Straight away, he's not happy with that.
Straight away, he's not nailed it. No, it's just one quali, Vince. One quali. That's it.
So here's the start of the warm-up phase. This is what everyone's been doing all season.
What you find is by this stage of the season, you're very good at drifting this car.
Oh my god. Yeah, look at Michael's hat. It's gone upside down.
Yes. Mate, it's all kicked off.
Michael this week has officially lost his head.
Oh, he really had.
He has lost it. He had an epiphany on Thursday evening and wrote an essay in our Discord about tyre warm-up strats and explained it to everyone, showed them what he thought would work, and everyone else found time except him.
I know.
He didn't find any performance from what he dreamt of, but everyone else did.
So we've got what I've called the Mark Marquez strat there, where you clutch in, grab first, and just wheel hop the crap out of it, really.
Lewis Edwards in chat saying, what were you saying about Michael being a damaged person last week? My point stands.
You've preempted something here.
I have, yes. And if anything, he's proved it this week. He's rocked up to a PES race with his hat on upside down. And I've never witnessed someone have such a deep epiphany, ever.
Oh, yeah. Not that big of a rear slide. true, but it's fine.
I mean, look at this, like,
Just got to make sure that you don't like grab a whole heap of grass, because that's not allowed. You're not allowed to do that, but you're allowed to do all of that. Just hit every bump in sight. Got to do the Parker White drifts. So we did that in Coda last year, where we were like flicking it left and right through the S's and whatnot. But yeah, not every track I feel like it benefited. Like it was a weird one. Like if you can find the bumps and rattle the car like crazy, I feel like that's more beneficial than the drifting. But
yeah.
Coda, with it being so flat and not very bumpy. I did before that we found that bumps were really a thing, but like we found that the drift strat was like really, really beneficial. So,
Oh, mate, it's descended. I mean, we were
not
talking.
not allowed to run like completely off the track like what we used to there.
True, yeah.
Before you start to the run up to the lap. So, a lap of Monza.
I'll let you take it through because
yeah,
I'm not good here.
So down the start finish straight, find a bump somewhere, I guess.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh.
And then once you clatter the bump,
Whee.
hook it over to the left-hand side, onto the brakes, hard, in a straight line, open up the angle of T1 as much as possible, and take as much curb through the right and the left. Power down, send it off the corner, and then hold it nice and tight to the right-hand side for the shortest run through Curva Grande. Looked fine there for the for the first chicane. Is driver drunk? Cannot confirm or deny. Under the bridge, onto the brakes for the second chicane. Plenty of curb through the left, and just make sure not to get the off track on the right. It's the slow down on the left and the off track on the right that you got to worry about. Keep the car over to the left hand side for Lesmo 1, brake, and not down one. He actually keeps it in, well, I assume it's 4th gear. Lets the car roll out, and straight line braking again for Lesmo 2. Plenty of curb on the inside, mainly just so that you don't run out of room on exit there. And then hold the car to the left-hand side again to shorten the distance heading down towards the Sky. I assume we're going to find another bump down here. Yep. Thunk. And straight line braking then for a Sky. Open up the angle as much as possible. And then open up the right so you can be absolutely pinned through the final left. Just making sure not to grab the off track there on the way through, on the way out. And then nice and gentle over to the left-hand side. I don't think there's any bumps coming down into Powerball because we're not going to go hunting. Nicely onto the brakes, gently feed the car in, keep it nice and tight, pick up the throttle, hope that you've got some form of traction. Not tracking out all the way, we want to shorten the run to the line, and that's a lap of Monza in the 992 Cup
Not
car.
unbelievable. Didn't look great from the chase cam. A couple small mistakes. Yeah, P8.
Yeah.
Great lap from Lullum on pole then.
Yep.
And Seb and Pinto next to each other, P6 and P7.
With Johan directly behind.
With Johan directly behind, and Johan will be N.
He will.
Yeah.
He'll have, well...
Oh, I've just noticed as well in P5. Thank you to Lewis Edwards in chat, giving us a shout out there. Lombardi. So you've got the two championship contenders, and you've got Lombardi, who last time I raced him here, I was...
intentionally wrecked.
That's an understatement. I was shunted into the next decade by him. I don't even know what season that was. Was that... I think that was 2022.
Yeah, that would have been
because I got wiped
2022.
out at turn 1, and then as I was coming back through the field, I mean, I will be honest, I got the pods out,
Yeah.
but I was like, I'm fighting for P4 or P3 in the title, so you know, there's obviously quite a lot of money goes with that.
Yep.
And I don't think Dino was a fan of, you know, my attempt at an overtake. I don't think it was anything too bad, but yeah, he cleaned me out into next decade, as I say.
Yep.
So that will be interesting.
It was a rough day. Like I remember watching
yeah.
it back and I'm like, what in the hell is he doing?
To be fair though,
can't believe
I'm
it.
pretty sure that it was either Zach or Charlie, because I was P4 at the line.
Yeah.
And then after the race, I was really upset, so I ordered a Domino's. And I was sat in the rig having a Domino's, and I got promoted back to P3. So I think I jokingly wrote in the Discord that I've just made $2.5 grand
Eating pizza.
eating pizza. And yeah, that was a good meme.
Speaking of pizza, Kev, really important question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the Italian for pizza?
I still haven't figured it out. I don't know.
If you know,
Pizza.
you know. That's an old reference, but
Was that 2019 now?
yeah, that's
It's
2019.
like 4.5 years ago since that legendary clip.
Yeah. Still the funniest thing I think.
99% of folk watching this are not going to have any
No,
idea
they
what we're
won't
on
have a
about.
clue.
This is all before you guys' time.
Probably.
Jamie and I are old timers here.
Yeah, we've been around a while. Just when you said pizza, I'm like,
We've been around since 2016. We've got a lot of A lot of memories that a lot of guys will not know of.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why I want to do like an Apex podcast.
Yeah.
Because there's so much stuff that we get up to off track. Like there's so many stories that we have from over the years that no one will know about.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be great fun to just sit and have a podcast. Like maybe
I mean, we can't tell all the stories. Some of them are.
some of them are, yeah. Obviously, we can't tell all,
Suspicious.
but
Was it Sim Expo? No, so this was during my stint of Petit Le Mans in 2019. So
in
I
the
was
C7 Daytona prototype, which was the greatest car in iRacing history. A lot of people
Yeah, it was
hated
pretty
it, but I loved that car.
I just wasn't
Loved
very
it.
good in it. That's why I was last man in. I was like third driver in that car, in the second car. Like,
It was Johan and I, wasn't it, that were in the car with you? You and I were in the same car that year.
yes.
I think Johan and I cooked during our stints, and I think we were like a minute. I think we were leading by like a minute with an hour to go, and I got out of the car, and you got in to do your final stint.
Yep.
And then I made a bet that I could get drunk before the end of the race.
It didn't take you long to get drunk.
And about 15 laps later, I was hammered. I threw back like half a litre of alcohol and was gone.
And there arose the infamous question:
What's pizza in Italian?
what's pizza in Italian?
There it is.
There you go.
Elvis says good clips from it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it was great.
I mean, there was a lot in that last stint as well.
I think, wasn't it like literally 3 corners after I asked that question that you got shunted at T3 and the
I think
entire
it was a few laps later.
the entire team like erupted like, everyone shut up.
Yeah.
Everyone stop. And I was,
And you were like delayed reaction, 15 seconds later. It's like, oh.
yeah, I like screamed down the mic because
I was mid like getting the car back pointed round, and you were just like, oh.
yeah, I was that drunk that I didn't realise I wasn't live. The Kev rant with the MSI car. I don't remember that one, Elvis. I'm not going to lie. I've had that many rants over the years that they've all just sort of become one big
Yeah, it's one huge rant.
ball of rage. I feel like I'm better now though. I don't rage that much.
Not that much.
Not as, I've definitely,
He's calmed down a little bit.
yeah, old age is getting to me.
Yeah. Cool.
Quite
Right.
a lot of off tracks here, yeah.
Yeah, quite a lot of off tracks. Not everyone is. Well, we're only missing one driver on top of obviously Quentin, who is now basically a full-time rallyist.
Yep.
I think that's the technical term, a rallyist.
Yeah, in the same way that Rory McIlroy is a golfist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it. So 28 showing up, which is like a really good retention rate.
Yeah.
Normally by this point in the season, there's like 4 guys left.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, they did try and introduce like the minimum race requirement, didn't
Yep.
they? But I mean, with the last round, it never really changes much.
Yeah, like if you're like totally out of contention, which to be fair, technically with the like double points and stuff, nobody's completely out, like
Yeah,
totally finished. Like
and
Simone in last with 23 points could still retain the license.
one thing that we
mathematically.
should mention as well is that although only the top 15 retain the license, the prize money goes down to P20.
Yeah.
And even for 20th, it's like $1,000, is it not? Or is it still
something
like
like
500, 750?
I think it might go down to 500, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's
there's
worth
still
something.
cash up for grab. You can literally get knocked out and put into contenders and still walk away from the series with, I think, best case it's like 3.5K or something, or 2.5K, somewhere around there.
No, so I was 16th last year and it was 1750.
All right, okay.
So
1750 then.
yeah,
But either
So it's not
either
too
way, 1750 for losing a license, I'd take that.
yeah.
If I was getting knocked out, I wouldn't be that upset.
I was pretty miffed, not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah, like
I didn't speak to anyone for about 3 days after it.
yeah, I mean, it does suck to get knocked out of a world championship.
Yeah, wasn't fun.
Thankfully, I left PES before that ever happened.
Yeah, I
so
had
I've
to-
never been like demoted out of a world championship. I've just sort of left
Yeah.
one day before.
It wasn't 1 point. I think it was like 7 or 8. I needed 2 spots at the end, and I was 3 wide down the pit straight on the last lap, fighting for those 2 positions. And I think it was Moreno was on the far right hand side, just swung a hard left. I'm cannonballed, and I like completely lost momentum, and then didn't get the spots back. So slightly miffed. It was close. Had to fight from like 19th up to like 5th or whatever it was. To try
Yeah,
and
you were
make that
cooking
up.
in that race. So
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Oh my god, he's done it! He's done it!" And then
It's the one race that I
it
did
all
well
went
that
wrong.
entire year.
it all went wrong.
It all went wrong.
Michael has lost the trucker cap.
He
I think
has.
he came into. He's done almost 4 hours of prep in a week,
Yeah.
which is insane. He's been on a journey this week.
He has.
He's done 4 hours of practice. He's had multiple epiphanies.
Yep.
Several breakdowns. And now he's rocked up with an upside down hat on. And after qualifying, I think he's finally decided, okay, time to not wear that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's not put a Q lap in, so he'll start 26th, which isn't optimal, I think we'll say.
He did say in the chat
What have we
that he
got there?
had no grip.
Oh no.
He just basically said he went into it and just had like massive understeer. Yeah, typical ploughing, he said. So
Yeah.
that's one of the tough things with this series. Obviously on a more serious note, you know, we do laugh about the tyre strats, but of course it is absolutely
It's brutal
imperative.
to try and get it right.
It's imperative because no matter who you are, you can't outdrive a bad tyre strat.
No.
And if you do something slightly wrong, you know, obviously a lot of guys say, you know, sometimes they just don't have grip.
Yep.
It's just like really marginal differences in their driving
Yep.
that are gonna influence that. So if you have one thing go slightly wrong, the balance can completely shift from, you know, sometimes you'll have a really nicely balanced car, which is obviously what you build the setup for and you practice for. Some runs you'll have way too much oversteer, and then, you know, I think for Michael this season, his problem has been when he gets into the actual one-shot queue, for some reason, whatever he's doing with the warm-up is resulting in massive understeer.
Yep.
And when you have understeer, you can't do anything.
No.
I think every driver on the grid would rather have too much oversteer than understeer. It's just, you can't get any kind of lap time out of it. It's too unpredictable.
Yeah. It's just sort of speaking on like how fragile the warm-up strats are. So last week's pole sitter, Sam Kiter, is 21st out of 22 people who put a qualifying lap in this week.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's mad how difficult it is to get
Yeah.
it right every single week.
And I mean, it's a testament as well to just how good people like Sebi and Diogo are, to where they can get that kind of lap in every single week. And to be fair, the same to like Alejandro and Johan.
Yeah.
They've been incredibly consistent in qualifying. But we saw Seb have a few rough weeks where
He was outside top 10 a couple of times.
his teammates were on pole when he was outside the top 10.
Yep.
And obviously he's got the same warm-up strat that they do. It's just
Sometimes you don't get it spot on.
sometimes you don't get the spot on, and the tyre is that sensitive that, you know, these guys can put in a lap that's probably worthy of P1, you could argue. They could drive probably the best lap of their life. Like Johan at Imola, for example.
Yeah.
He
was
came out-
like,
he came
yes,
out of that.
nailed it.
He came out of that saying that was one of the best laps of his life, and he was 2.5 tenths off pole, just simply because the tyre strat wasn't exactly where it was.
Yeah.
Or exactly where it needed to be, I should say. So, yeah, as you say, Jimmy, that's just how sensitive these tyres are. This is what these guys are battling with every week. You do 30 hours of practice of this stuff, and
All for it to almost be like a flip of a coin whether you get it right or not.
yeah, and the thing is as well, it could be any element of that. If you don't hit the bump at the right angle or something like that, that could be enough to set it off. You know, to set off this snowball effect of understeer or just oversteer or whatever. It's so hard to get right consistently.
Did Johan say anything about his lap, just out of curiosity?
I didn't see anything from him.
Okay. 'Cause,
Johan said IF the warm up, so he's
I mean,
had.
Patrick actually made a fair point in chat where it looked like for a couple of the slides and stuff, or at least what I call the Mark Marquez strat, where you just back it into the corner or on the clutch in first gear.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it was that long of a.
I noticed that too. Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was maybe just like the spectator replay being a little bit funky.
No, it definitely looked a little on the short side.
They did definitely look short. I don't know if maybe he's used too much brake pressure or something like that.
Yeah.
And it just means he's not slid the tire for long enough.
Yeah. You spent 90% of your week trying to perfect that part of it, let alone the rest of it.
Yeah.
It's mad.
And even if you get into the session and the track temp is like 3 or 4C cooler,
Yeah.
when you go to do that clutch drop and like slide the car in on the Marquez strat, if you've got a bit more grip naturally because of the cooler track temp, that could be enough to like cut your slide 2 or 3 seconds short, and then when you get onto the hot lap, you've got no idea what to expect.
Oh yeah, no clue.
No clue, because sometimes where if the rear tires are too cold, it actually produces understeer.
Yeah.
iRacing's really weird, or the P cup is really weird, specifically where rear temp can improve turning and stuff. There's so many aspects to qualifying. It's actually hard to like sit here and put it all into words. Really, it's just there's so much to it.
Yeah. How are we doing? Question there from Skids_TV. Doing good?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Good. Good stuff.
Well, gonna miss the banter on the team streams. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because after this, it all kind of goes a little bit quiet.
It does indeed.
Of course, the Apex Racing Team Twitch channel will still be active with our weekly streams that everyone's doing. We've got a little something coming up in the next couple weeks soon, where Jamie and I will be on the team streams every week with Johan and Jimmy.
Yep.
But more will be shared on our socials about that. But yeah, of course, the ART channel will stay active. How many days a week are we on now? Is it all 7? Or is it like 5?
No, I think it's 5.
I think it's 5, yeah. 5 days a week we'll still be live. Gonna miss you guys broadcasting. I appreciate it, Vince. It's been good fun.
It has been really good fun.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed this. But yeah, you never know. There could be a new series that just sort of pops up and you and I get the call up to jump back up in the booth.
Just start yelling at people.
And
saying someone's damaged or something.
I mean, well,
Just say the whole grid's damaged.
I mean,
covers it in one sweeping statement.
Emotionally, the entire grid is damaged after a full season of this.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say. I don't think there's anyone out there who's like loving it.
What's going on with the ASLR1? Is that dead? Soon.
No comment.
Soon someone will say something.
No comment.
Cannot confirm or deny, but something will happen for or against it soon.
Well, actually, to be fair, there is public stuff because Rennsport said that they were going to be in Riyadh on Twitter. So we can say that much, that Rennsport will be in Riyadh for the Esports World Cup, is it called now? Yep. Which, of course, was formerly Gamers 8.
But who'll be there? Who knows?
Nobody knows who's going to be there. Nobody knows how to get there. Obviously, you do that on a plane.
Yeah, you would book a flight.
But
make a bit of a journey, bit of a trek.
In terms of racing your way in, there's nothing that we can share. Nicest guy in sim racing, Jimmy Fluke, and mentally damaged Kev. Mate, honestly, I've been called worse. I'll take that.
I think you have been called worse.
Oh, 100%. Johan says he's got the best seat in town. Yes, you do, sir. You absolutely have. But
you've also got a bit of a danger seat there where you're starting P8. Like, people will want to shunt you out of the way for that reverse grid pole spot. Kev, swimming there? What's your swimming like?
I used to know how to swim, and then I went swimming with Beth and Skylar last year and I nearly drowned, so...
Not great?
Completely forgot how to swim.
Yeah, that's fair.
Really embarrassing to say that on stream, but I have forgotten how to swim. I used to be great, but now, yeah, my head went under the water and I blacked out. That was it. Panic.
Bit of a struggle then. Dare I say you cannot swim? Well, I mean, you can only get so far, and then Saudi Arabia is like almost entirely landlocked.
Yeah, I mean,
well, at least getting to Riyadh, at least there's not an awful lot of water around it. So
yeah, I mean, there's that guy that's running across Africa at the minute, isn't there?
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen that guy, but
I've been following him from the start.
He's a beast, mate.
It's outrageous how good he is.
Every so often, I see his little tweets pop up saying, "Oh, today I entered Algeria, blah blah blah, and we covered this many kilometers."
He finishes tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last run.
Yeah, I remember seeing that actually. Yeah, he said that. Where was his last country that he's going to?
Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his last one, and I think he'd raised over $500,000 for charity, which was insane.
Like 80% of that's coming last week.
That's incredible.
It's finally got some mainstream attention and traction. I'm
surprised it's not more though. Like guys like that deserve, they deserve a lot of notoriety. No doubt after he comes back home, it will just be flooded with media wanting to ask him how did you do it. He'll probably end up on Joe Rogan at some point.
Probably.
Yeah. But it's absolutely incredible. What the human body can do. How these guys are running across Africa in 40-degree heat and stuff. Yeah. And, it's just crazy.
Well, something actually on that. It's not been like just a dead straight line from the south to the north.
Of course.
He's had to divert around, go as far west as possible into Senegal to avoid places where you just basically can't run through it.
Yeah.
And the logistics and stuff and getting visas and stuff has been messy as hell.
I mean, I was looking as well at the distance he was covering in a day. And there's a couple days in a row where he was 75 to 80 kilometers in a day.
He's doing 80k a day,
running
every day.
I don't even want to know what his feet smell like, mate. His feet have got to stink.
Got to avoid places where he would disappear. Well, I mean, he got kidnapped at one point as well.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Man's been through the trenches out there.
It's been mad.
As if running wasn't hard enough, he's been kidnapped.
Yeah, it's been massive. But it finishes tomorrow, which is really, really cool. Yeah, I've been following it from pretty much the start, from when he's done in South Africa.
Is he not a British guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fair play to him. Whatever his name is. Well done, sir.
Ross Cook.
Ross Cook. Well done, sir. Not that you'll ever see this.
First question that we need to ask him is, so what does he think about PES Qatar warm-up strats?
Yeah, we should ask him that and see what he says.
See what he says.
If he says worse than getting kidnapped. We know
What's worse, PES warm-up strats or running the entire length of Africa?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'd rather do a week of what these guys are doing.
All right, time to grid.
And
we'll have a look at where everyone's starting. So, yeah, standings are there. Yeah, there we go. All right, Lull on pole. Biko. Biko's actually got himself up there for once. He had a bit of a weird season. Caruso, then Alejandro for us in 4th. That's a strong run for him. Dino, P5. That's going to be fun. 2 championship protagonists, Seb and Diogo, 6 and 7, ahead of Johan in the hot seat in P8. Then we've got Jakub Maciejewski in P9, Cooper Webster, Oscar Irene, Sonnen, Moreno, Zach in 14th, ahead of Luke, who's again sort of not quite put it together, ahead of Bosch, Bryn, Stockbeck, Luca, and Salva in 19th and 20th. Again, not really what they're looking for. Keitert, Parker in his last race, because he's not going back into contenders, he announced on Twitter this week. So this will do it for him. And then the guys who didn't get a lap in, so Gustavo, Lasse, Simone. Simone's going to have to do some special things to hold on to a license from dead last dead last in points and 25th on the grid. It's doable, but unlikely. Who else? Mati or Michael down P27, and then Kevin Nielsen, the inferior Kevin, rounding out the field. There we go. We've got through the whole grid in time. We've got like 25 seconds to spare.
Oh, look at that.
I was going to like say everyone's name like incorrectly, but still be sort of accurate to what they are.
So like the Pablo strap.
A little bit, yeah. So like Chris Lolham or Alexander or Alessandro Big Pen or something. I don't know. Just drop the O out of it. Jordan Carumba, Alex Sanchez, Dino Bombardi, stuff like that.
Bombardi's a good one.
Diogo Ponto, Jakob Scrabble, because his name, would fill the Scrabble board. All right, we're about to get underway, and away we go.
One thing I want to mention straight away is that if you start in P1, there's a massive bump.
Oh, there is. Huge
that
bump.
you have to sort of crash over at the start. So Oliver's done really well to hang on here. And Pods
are out.
Pods. Johan's in, mate.
He is in.
Oh, great job.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not where you want to be through T2, but that's loads of speed.
Oh, that'll do nicely,
That'll
son.
do.
The cheese ball's on it.
He is on it. Whether he wants to move forward from here or not, I don't know.
I wouldn't
bother.
I wouldn't scrap with Lombardi too hard.
No.
I think that the guys were saying to me...
Let Dino do his thing.
Yeah, the guys were saying to me 2 nights ago that the draft round here is really, really tricky.
Yeah.
Basically, the front two will have a go at each other, but outside of that, it's pretty tricky. What a move from Alejandro. He's done really well there.
And then covers the inside like the true pro that he is.
Vico is getting freight trained on the outside here.
I will say that front two have kind of escaped a little bit. Tiny bit.
The question now is, does Lombardi push Alejandro to stick with the front two? Or does he just send it? Because he's on the outside looking in points.
Dino's here for a good time, not a long time.
Very true, yeah.
So,
and he is a motorbike rider, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Yeah.
He's nuts.
Oh, just almost seen, I think it was Luke going for the big bump.
Yeah, we're going to start seeing some alternate lines being used.
Yeah. Some creativity on display here. No.
Mikey.
No.
Can we see Mikey's cam? Is that possible? I want to see if he's like slapping his wheel again or if he's just turned his cam off.
No, he's good. He's chill.
He's emotionless.
He's accepted defeat.
See, I'm gutted, man. I wonder if like he had a blow up and we've missed it. Oh, this is interesting.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this will be fun.
All right. Well, GG's. The front two are definitely gone here.
Yeah. It's a triple bump draft.
To be fair. Oh, Alejandro's gonna hit.
Yeah.
But
Dino's going around the outside here.
Ridiculous.
And yeah, keeps the nose in. Yeah. So front two are gone. That's it.
Yeah.
Game over.
Game over. 2 seconds is the draft, and Luke has fallen
back a bit.
P15 now. He was P14.
Yeah, he's just.
Oh, he's back to P14 now. He's side by side with Sirica by the looks of it. Oh my word!
All right, 2 by 2.
This is where they are. Oh no way! Luca goes for this.
I'll do it for the memes.
Oh, he can't. Luke's on the outside there.
He is, yeah. And Luca is on the cusp in terms of points as well. So Luca's just like magically gained 3 spots back after like losing all. I don't know how he's done that.
We can't get any info from his camera either because he's just stuck with his tongue hanging out at the moment.
I feel like that's the problem. As soon as he sticks the tongue out, the whole thing goes to 1 FPS.
Yeah.
That's the secret to this whole thing.
His tongue has a gravitational pull.
Question. What is Michael this time, Kev? Where does he have damage now?
Oh, definitely his heart.
Yeah.
He's heartbroken. Oh, look at with a big block.
Yeah, just got to cover that off.
It was a little bit reactionary, but
yeah.
I mean, if you don't go for that, you've got to sort of. That's more of like an ego thing, I'd say. Like you've got to sort of get it into the guy's head. Like you're not going up the inside of me to Ascari. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Ascari's a hot spot for that as well, I found.
It is indeed. So Johan's up 3 from where he started. He's got ahead of both Redline cars and then Alessandro Pico. Now, whether he wants to actually get ahead of Dino here so that he can work with Alejandro to maybe catch the front 2, we'll see.
That's what Alejandro would want. He'd want Johan behind him so that they can...
But these guys are fighting for points as well.
Bump draft, but yeah. Oh, Caruso's hit the front.
He has indeed.
And, yeah, it leaves the gap at around 2.1, 2.2 seconds. So Alejandro did gain a little bit there.
Well, on the lap,
he would have lost overall.
He's lost overall, but from the T1 stuff on, I think, yeah, he's probably gained a little bit of time back. Do you know how and why the cars go quicker when they're running over bumps? It does weird things for the tire, and you probably need a degree in iRacing tire ergonomics.
Which not even the guys making the tire model have a degree in.
No, they haven't got a clue. So
oh my God, Luca has just been
freight trained. And Salva's going to go out the inside. No, he's going to be respectful. Salva's always like an absolute gem with teammates.
Yeah.
You could be like side by side with Salva for the rest of your life and he won't crash into you.
Everyone always says that you're the nicest guy in sim racing, but for me, like
Salva's the
is
nicest
just
guy ever.
He's the most solid bloke.
Doesn't get angry or like frustrated at anything or anyone. He's just...
Well, I debate that. There was that one season where he put a hole in his desk.
Well, yeah, but like he doesn't like take it out on anyone.
No, he doesn't know.
Like things. Oh, yeah, he's being shunted into there. At some point.
Someone has entered him at some point.
Yeah.
It's just the back of the pack things in PES.
It is. Yeah, if you're outside the top 5, really, it's not an absolute mess.
Yeah.
Alejandro is back inside that 2-second window. He doesn't have Dino that close behind him, but he can work with that. He's trying to break draft, actually. Just he doesn't want Dino to actually have a proper go at him. To the inside. Oh, sorry, to the outside.
Jesus.
It's scary every time.
Yeah, because it looks like they're crashing every single lap.
Yeah. Good luck getting around the outside of Dino. He will not let you have that.
No, he won't. Johan's definitely got his work cut out for him, but you can tell that the bumps are an advantage here because Alejandro is catching slowly.
With no draft.
He's got a sniff of draft at this point.
Yeah, he was quicker than both Caruso and Lolom last time by.
How much by?
400ths of a second over Caruso.
Okay, so
who
not
made the move into T1, did he that? Or was that?
Yeah, so he would have had the draft into the corner, and I think Lolom gave him it, so overall a net gain probably for Caruso.
Yeah. All right, let's see
here
what
we go.
happens.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Don't say it got turned on Salva's nose.
Oh, Salva's
been...
Yeah,
3 into 1 doesn't fit. I don't think anyone's really at fault there.
No, I don't think so either.
Who's that Commando car on the inside? Is that 3.14?
No, it's Ben Collins.
Ben Collins, yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Like, Salva's just trying to, like, give as much space to the outside as possible, and Bryn's just like... To be honest, like, that is just 3 into 1.
Yeah.
Like,
if I was in Bryn's shoes, I probably wouldn't have stuck the nose up the inside there, but...
Also, he probably knows he's going to get away with it. So.
Yeah, like, it's more a racing incident than anyone's fault specifically, so nothing we can...
Michael's only hope there on the far outside is to, like, lob it so deep that he gets clear of both.
But then he gets crashed through the back of because he's so slow through the right-hander.
Yeah. But if you've got everyone cleared and then you just, like, swing across in, like, through the right, then you just check everyone up and then you hold the spot, so it's not too bad. But it's not like Michael did anything wrong, nor did anyone else. Like, everyone was entitled to the spot of track that they're on. It's just 3 into 1's just not a brilliant idea through there. Salva over the bump. Probably actually still as well looking for the overtaking opportunity if it sort of arose, but wasn't really to be.
I'll tell you what's interesting is that no one else is really doing it.
No,
I think we're the only ones doing it, so...
Yeah. It'd be so funny if someone tries it and drops it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't practiced it.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the gap between Alejandro and Lombardi. Like, Dino's not sitting as close as I would expect.
No.
Like, half a second between cars is quite a lot.
He's
Normally,
actually just keeping him at arm's length, though.
yeah, normally around 0.3 is sort of where these guys were able to sort of sit quite comfortably. Like, around 0.3 back, you obviously got a lot of draft, not an awful lot of dirt air, because for some reason, the closer you get, the less dirt air you get.
Yeah.
But also just in terms of visibility, about 0.3 back, like, kind of this gap between Salva and Stokebeck Jensen is it's comfortable.
Lombardi is actually, like, he's still there, but it's not like he's getting dropped.
Oh no, he's not getting. Oh my god! Yeah, he's not getting dropped by any means. But he's just Alejandro's got the pace to sort of prevent him from having a pop at him.
Yeah.
And I suspect Johan's not going to push the issue much.
No. I think as well, like, Alejandro's still, like, in range here, like, just getting the tiniest little sliver of draft.
Yeah.
He is quicker than the front two, who I believe are bump drafting sort of based off of how their lap times look. Like, they're basically identical last time by.
I don't think Alejandro will catch them.
I don't think so either, but the fact he's going this quickly, to me, indicates that... sorry, I'm just checking that the guys up front are... I think they're, like, locked together, at least really, really close.
Yeah, London's not going for it.
Yeah. Swing back across.
So you can see Lombardi sort of moving over to the right-hand side to sort of follow the draft, but he's not willing to try what Alejandro's trying.
No.
Because that's a really hard one to do, that bump.
Yeah.
If you haven't practiced it, it's going to be so easy because you're braking from the right-hand side of the track, which is on the opposite side of the track to your normal braking reference.
Yeah.
So for our guys to run this line, they've had to completely break down turn one and find a new braking marker to use, or something that just makes it a little bit easier for them. Because I don't know about them, but for me, the brake marker was always either a mark on the grass or the hedge on the outside or the brake board. But obviously on the right-hand side of the circuit, it's really hard to see that as we've got a bit of argy-bargy. Beef.
3 wide, let's go.
Lucas gone from 15th to 20th, back to 17th, maybe 16th. Oh no, that's Marino ahead of him, never mind.
He's got the pair of them.
He's got them, yeah. And Serica's hanging on to the end of Bosch, who's in the abyss.
In the abyss.
He's got no draft. And
he's got no friends around him.
He's got no friends around him, but unfortunate for him, these guys will gradually claw it back, providing they don't take 7 lumps out of each other.
Which they probably will.
Yeah, for sure.
Championship's over. It was from about, like, round 4. Those guys are not threatening Seb. It's just not happening. That much is pretty clear. Like, if Diogo wanted to win this championship, he would do something about it, but he's not going to.
Yeah, he's just sort of sat there, isn't he?
Yep. Just chilling. They're just going to guarantee that...
Easiest 25k he'll ever make.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, no, but it's not a contest. Those guys aren't going to fight each other. Why is he breaking in the bump? So going over the bump, like, does funky things to the tyre. It's...
Provides more grip in the
just
corners,
provides
basically.
more grip in the corners, yeah.
And we don't really understand why. Telemetry doesn't show anything.
It just works.
And if you ask iRacing, they're probably just as clueless as we are. All we know is that it works, so we do it. And the gains are huge. It's not like, oh, it gains is half a tenth. It's like, you're talking 3-4 tenths a lap. At some tracks, it was even more than that.
Yeah.
What was it at Daytona? It was almost a second a lap or something from running on the seam.
Yeah.
The seam where the track meets the apron on the ovals. They were finding like a second a lap almost from that.
Yeah, it was nuts. Alejandro, 10th.5 quicker than the front 2 last time by.
I just don't think he's got enough time to get there, unfortunately. Of course, the closer he gets, the quicker he'll go.
Outside of Johan, he's the second quickest guy, or third quickest guy on track. Everyone else who would be quicker has draft. Alejandro basically has no draft. But he's 1.5 back. That's not much. You're not going to gain heaps. I
mean, the closer he gets, the quicker he'll catch them.
Yeah.
You know, once he gets within about 1.5 seconds, he should start to cook up. I don't know if he can go purple at the end of a race stint here. I'm not sure how much the fall off is.
Yeah, not sure.
Literally, I've hardly seen any race stints from our guys because it's just all been quali.
Yeah.
And that's this series in general. Everyone's just finding the bumps in quali.
Yeah.
And then the race is sort of, you rock up with like a tiny bit of warm up.
Yeah.
And you just sort of make it up as you go along.
Pretty much. Luke has fastest lap of the race, clean, on a 48.1.
He's in.
He is in. Oscar is not going to fight that. Oscar knows the score, knows the game. Like, you don't fight that whenever... So if the guy's going for the move, and it might knock you guys, like, out of draft, or at least out of the train, really.
Yeah.
If someone wants it that badly, you kind of just let them go for it and just don't lose too much time.
Don't try and bump draft here or Scary. Oh, that's deep.
No, he's fine.
Wow, you can really see the difference between like
To
the
be fair-
guys at the rear of the group, like checking up to
Yeah,
not run
yeah.
through the guy in front, and what Luke can do just driving in clean air.
Yeah, and just fire it in.
Yeah, carries so much more speed.
Alejandro again another 10th quicker last time by. So he's. It depends on whether this thing like snowballs. So like the further into the race
Yeah.
you go, the more it, like improves and the better it gets for them.
Yeah, I mean Lolum's not stupid, and neither is
No.
Jordan. The two of them are going to sort of just do what they're doing now until probably lap 13, maybe even lap 14.
I would say lap 14.
Yeah,
Like if you
and
have
then just-
confidence in making a move, you just wait until the very last lap so you don't get done back the next lap.
I mean, Lolum's probably saving quite a lot of tyre at this point as well, so he'll be feeling more and more confident along the race goes that
Yep.
on the last lap he'll have slightly better tyre performance than Jordan, and that can hopefully help him get an overtake done.
Yeah.
As again, Alejandro's sort of keeping Lombardi at arm's length. This lap's not looked as strong from Alejandro. I think there's been a mistake somewhere. He's lost a few tenths, and
quite strong. Yeah.
Lombardi's gained as well to where into T1 I suspect Lombardi will have a go at him. But the good thing about
Yep.
the bump strat that they're using, where they're hitting over the bump on the inside, you automatically defend the inside.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
you're kind of forcing them to the outside no matter what, even just by running your sort of normal racing line, or as normal as you can expect with it being having to drive off the track to get there.
Yeah. Luca has got the move done on Bosch up to 15th, but they're like nearly 5 seconds back from this pack.
They caught Bosch really quick.
Yeah. Dino's not going for it?
Yeah,
he
he's-
can't go for it. Maybe he realised, well, I don't know what this
How,
does for
how
him in
far?
terms of points.
Yeah, I was going to say, how far out is Lombardi? Like, is it
Quite a bit. So 15th is 3.14 on 86 points. Dino's on 57, so he's 29 back. If my maths
It's
is right.
not a lot.
It's not a massive amount. Like if you're
A double,
bear in mind,
top 5.
well, bear in mind as well, he's like this is double points. Like it's feature points.
Yeah.
It's 2 feature races.
So double
and you've got a
top
second
5.
track at it.
Well,
It'll get him close.
probably get him there. Yeah.
I'm not sure the
Obviously,
exact
it
numbers.
depends on what these other guys around the cut are going to do.
Yeah, so you've
But
got.
I don't see any of them really.
So directly ahead of him is Moreno,
And he's sort of
18th.
yeah, he's down the field. He won't be scoring
Stockbeck.
much. Stokebeck is
Down there as well.
down there as well. He's I think he's outside the top 20 now.
17th. Michael obviously
Out
out. Well, last. Seppala in P.
13.
Oh no, that's Oscar.
Oh, sorry.
Let me find.
Oh yeah, Sipla. Sorry.
Seppala's basically out as well. He's P24.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So for Lombardi,
yeah,
it's looking all right. He might be able to pull.
in his position, it makes a ton of sense for him to sit where he's at and just don't move a muscle.
Yeah.
Don't fight it. Alejandro's like still kind of catching. Like the gap to the lead's 1.8, gap to Lullum 1.6. So he's still getting a little something.
He's getting there.
He's getting. He's not going to get there. I don't think. Like he's got 5 laps to do it. So unlikely. Like you need to pull like 3 tenths a lap. Good God!
Look how much air they catch off that, mate.
It's ridiculous.
And from what we can gather, just for those of you in the chat that are obviously curious about what that does, as far as we can figure out, it's the effect on the tire when the car lands back with the circuit and sort of smooshes into it. I don't think there's any gain from the car being up in the air. I see some people talking about like, it gets
Or increases the top speed or something like that.
Yeah,
or
it
like
doesn't-
stops the rolling resistance. Maybe no, like it's
Yeah, it
just
doesn't do anything
rip
like
through
that.
the corners.
it's just like when the tire lands into the track, I think it sort of morphs through it a little bit maybe. I don't
Yeah.
really know. But
Nobody really knows. There's no way anybody can definitely know.
no, because as I say, in telemetry, or the telemetry that we have access to, it doesn't show any kind of difference really.
Yeah.
Obviously with iRacing, with their sort of advanced telemetry, if they were to look at that and sort of break down the tire by looking at the thickness of the rubber and the density of it and all those kind of factors that they can see, I assume they can see that anyway. All the kind of
to think
factors
that
that
they can see all of those minute details and
I remember
the
hearing
parameters that like just we would never have visibility on.
back in 2019. I remember hearing some stuff from an iRacing staff member was talking about like you know, how in depth the tyre model was, and they were talking about like, what was it? Do you remember what I'm talking about? It was at
I haven't
the.
got a clue.
It was when Dean Thrower was with us, and we were like talking about the tyre model, trying to understand why slow out laps at the time were working, and why certain things were working. I can't remember what it is now off the top of my head, but it was like the amount of a certain mineral that was in the tyre.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what the mineral was.
I can't remember either, but it was pretty.
I want to say cyanide, but it's not cyanide.
Dino's started committing to the bump.
Too little, too late, maybe. I don't know if it's like a snowball effect, as you mentioned, or if it's just like you do it once and you've got the grip sort of thing.
Yeah. Alejandro's like not making the same progress that he was. Caruso last time by on a 0.3. He's kind of doing that by himself a little bit, I think. Because Lolland dropped back a tiny bit on that lap.
Just answering that question in chat there, does it maybe cool the tyre down by the smallest bit so that there's better grip? From what we can see, it's not temp related, it's just literally the tyre produces more grip. So like the actual tyre compound itself is becoming softer.
Yeah.
For some reason, it softens the compound of the tyre and stops it from curing to a certain extent. And it just provides more grip across the board. So
yeah. Actually, yeah, Miko there in chat. It's load of the bump car landing conditions. Yeah, conditions the tyre to be softer. Gives more grip. Which is why we go bump hunting. So we can do that as much as possible.
I mean, the fact that Challoner kind of knows that is positive, at least.
At least they know.
Because at least iRacing know where to look.
Yeah.
But my only fear is that it's the same thing as always with iRacing and any kind of tyre model changes that they make. They're always kind of chasing their tail a little bit. So they'll fix that, but then there will be something else that comes up. Just with how complex the tyre is, it's still really easy to be manipulated. And, you know, obviously we know that there's alpha testers. Whoever those alpha testers are, they're not knowledgeable enough.
Most of them aren't knowledgeable enough.
And there's not enough pro drivers in that program to really break down these new builds and understand it fully.
Yeah.
I think.
Kind of agree.
I don't know who's all in alpha, but I know there's not an awful lot of pro drivers in there.
Yeah.
And from some people who have spoken to in the past that, you know, have been in and around that program, they've said that, you know, they didn't feel very welcome in there. I'll say that much. So never been there myself, but yeah, from what they've said, it's I think it's just a difficult one. Like obviously iRacing have their idea of what they want to do with the sim, and obviously the pro drivers are exploiting that, and we want it fixed for our own personal reasons. But iRacing are kind of like, well, we don't want to seem as if we're like catering to the few,
yeah,
sort of thing. Even though like what we are suggesting would improve it for everyone, but yeah,
yeah.
I mean, true, Patrick. Yeah,
yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, this is boring, man.
For a race at Monza, this is dreadful.
It's dead.
How's this happened?
This draft package just sucks.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Alejandro's actually like closing up quite a bit now. He's only 1.2 off of Lola. It's too little too late. Like he's not going to get there in time, but it'll keep probably Dino from getting to him at the end here. If Dino wants to have a pop for third.
Yeah.
Which it kind of makes more sense to go for the moves inside the top 8 now because it's not worth less points than when you reverse. Like it is kind of worth it to go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, Johan working his way up to P5, and Luke is in on Zach. Activity.
Zach will hold that on the inside a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke will have the side draft here, plus he'll be on the inside for the bump, which he'll be happy about.
Yeah.
His little tongue will be flying around.
Oh, they've moved across on him. Oh, that's toxic. It's understandable. Like, everyone's just going to do their own thing, but is he going to go for it, or is he just going to go for the legit move?
He's just avoiding it.
Oh, he's in. Zach's actually bled out the brake there ever so slightly just to try and maintain momentum. Yeah. And then, yeah, runs around the road. I hate that. That annoys me so much seeing that.
Nothing will be done about that either.
Nah. Like, it's one of those where
it's like an F1. It's just so... It's the biggest load of rubbish.
Yeah.
The guy on the inside has corner rights. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
They're perfectly alongside. At turn-in, in my opinion, they've got equal rights. It doesn't matter if you're on the inside or outside.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you literally remove overtaking from the race.
Yeah. I agree.
This whole mentality of if you're on the outside, you don't
have corner right. Yeah,
you don't have corner rights. It's the biggest load of crap ever. Because all they're going to do is everyone's going to just defend the inside no matter what, and the only way to
just
get
drive
up
out to the white line.
Yeah, the only way to get up the inside is just to kamikaze up the inside.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you're probably going to crash. So then you weigh up the odds. It's not worth it. You just don't go for the move in the end.
Yeah. This is why we see, like, especially in the open wheel stuff. So F1 all the way right down to like F4 and stuff. Like, it's defend inside, drive out to the white line, and no one can like really overtake you.
It's why F1 sucks, mate. F1 is so bad.
It's like the racing would actually. Well, I mean, the cars are far too big. That's most of the problem.
They're too big. They're too heavy.
Yeah.
Although the ground effect, there's still too much turbulent air, and the rules don't allow racing. They just don't.
Yeah, it's mainly like the rules don't allow racing.
Yeah, in my opinion, if your front nose of your car is in line with like the middle of their rear wheel,
yeah,
obviously depending on the car,
you're entitled to the line that you're on.
Yeah, like you're entitled to at least have some space.
Yeah.
Yeah, Faria, this is just.
Yeah, like this is.
Well, we have seen overtaking, but it's for like P15, P16.
Nothing up front. Alejandro's actually like he's got there.
How has he gotten there?
That's mad.
What was his last lap? Were they scrapping?
No, they weren't scrapping. He was 2 times quicker. Johan actually has fast lap of the race because he's just got pulled along. Well, not
fantastic.
Just like he's obviously like he drove a really good lap, but
see, props to Moreno there. He left the space on the exit. If this was F1, he was getting driven. To be fair, with Moreno being on Williams, he'll probably send him an email in the morning and say, "Why'd you not force him out?"
Yeah.
You're driving for a real life team. You do what we do.
Yeah. Alejandro's done unbelievably well to actually like catch up. Those two guys have not scrapped, they've not fought, they've
done
pretty much
nothing.
worked as a team, and Alejandro's just sort of by himself, finding every bump on this Italian circuit.
Yeah, they've lost like half a second in 2 laps. It wasn't 1.5 away, no.
No, it was like last lap or lap before. They didn't really start fighting, I'm pretty sure. He's just kicked into another gear and has dragged everyone else along.
Interesting. Unfortunately, not close enough to get anywhere.
No, it's like 2 laps too late.
Yeah. I mean, to be
Salva
fair.
had a moment. Yeah, possibly.
Oh yeah, something's happened to him.
He's down to P21. He'll still score some points for that, but it's really not a doubt.
He had just gotten past Moreno, I think.
Yeah, he's down to P21 now. It's not going to be a run to the line here either. Caruso does have it over Lollum, unless something weird technical happens. It's close, but
not close enough.
Caruso wins over Lollum. Alejandro in 3rd, which is good for his chance at trying to fight for 3rd in the championship. Lombardi 4th, and Johan 5th with Luke in P12 and Luca in P16. So we'll see what happens to Salva. He just had a.
Is it?
We might have to go
it would have
back
happened in the second chicane, if anywhere. I assume either he's been turned or it's a slowdown.
We'll just wind it back. Oh, well.
Well, there
yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
so Moreno's gone for the move back after Salva cleared him.
Oh,
iRacing.
we've got conned. All right, well, I think we got the
Session
gist of that in reverse.
Yeah, I think.
It was like 3 wide coming off the corner and everyone died.
Yeah, I think Moreno and Salva were side by side through the corner, and then the guy behind has gotten like one of those massive cutback runs.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of all come together at the wrong point.
Yeah, second chicane, gun is second chicane, especially when it's 3 wide, and nobody's going to give an inch on the last lap of the race. Like, why would you just don't? Not at this level, you don't give up anything on the last lap of the race, if possible. So, yeah, we'll actually get a look at it here and see.
We
Exactly
need to go to the next lap.
Oh, we need to go to the next. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, we're 1 lap short.
So
Yeah, I mean, Salva literally has.
Oh, he's had no luck at all.
I think he's been crashed out of every single race bar 1.
Yeah.
So Moreno's kind of had to bail out the corner a little bit because he really caught up to the red line car in front.
Yeah. And he gave space there, which was good. And then
Yeah, all fair racing there. And then he's got
we'll
the
see
run
that
back.
it all ends in tears 2 corners later.
Hate to see it. That Altus car's a long way back as well. The fact that he even managed to get involved is remarkable.
Salva just sort of holding the middle of the road.
Given space, given space.
Oh
my word.
Oh, Simone. What was that?
He's come from downtown, mate.
He's come from last week on that one.
Man, time travelled. Oh my god. That's outrageous.
Man sent that from bloody Imola last week.
Oh my word. He's had that saved in his back pocket since round 1. He's been waiting all season for that opportunity, for that much of a cutback.
Oh my goodness.
Unreal.
That's a lob.
Jeez.
Like, where was he going with that? Like, what did he expect to happen
Up
with
the
that?
inside, mate. He had it all planned out.
If you no longer go for a gap.
You're no longer a racing driver.
Yeah. There wasn't any gap there. There wasn't anything to go into other than another car.
Yeah, I mean...
But he was in. He gave it a go.
I just don't think either Salva or Moreno were actually expecting that. Like, no one is expecting a cutback from that far behind.
No. Oh, dearie me. Do we have...
It will be in Discord somewhere.
We'll try and get on our end a little point sheet pulled up just so we can see where everyone's at.
I don't think I ever saw Mark actually share it.
No, I did.
To be honest.
Yeah,
you did?
yeah, I've got it here. All right, so
yeah,
I'm just
me
going to... if I...
Fantastic. Big Mark is on the ball.
I'll share that with you late in production.
Oh, no, that's not good.
I don't know
Caruso
if you
has...
can do much with it, but...
Caruso has jumped into P3.
But, yeah, we'll roll through and... Is it?
Lombardi's in the top 15 with that result. He's in.
He's already in, and he'll start in a pretty toasty...
P5
Yeah.
for the next race.
Bear in mind, coming into this, he was 22nd in points.
Well, he's now 15th, and he's got another top 5 start for the next race. So, things for Lombardi, he could... Oh my god, the gap from P12 to P13 is over 100 points. What?
So,
oh my word!
Right, I'll quickly run through it as it stands to the best of our knowledge. So,
Jesus.
Seb leads Diogo by 40 points, 4-0. So, still not technically done.
Diogo
Seb
has to win.
No, Diogo needs to win, and Seb needs to somehow not finish.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Or finish outside top 20. He needs a shunt.
Basically, yeah.
They are going to start, I believe, first and second though. So
they are.
We'll see if
it's going to
they...
be interesting.
I mean, it won't, but it'll be interesting. We have hope. We're full copium here.
We'll try and... We'll edge for the whole race. See how we go.
That's an interesting sentence, mate. Deary me. Caruso in third with that race win, which kind of makes sense, on 320 points. This is the stuff that we actually genuinely care about. 16th back is Johan, who will start further ahead. Alejandro is only 2 points behind Johan, 302. 7 ahead of Luke. Now, Luke's in a bit of a sticky situation where he's not reversing into a better position. He's outside the top 8. He finished somewhere in that first race, outside top 10, I'm pretty sure, anyway. He's 11 points ahead of Cooper, who I believe was 9th in that first race. So he's in and amongst that.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, no, points have updated.
Yeah, a few things have just sort of moved around.
No. It's whether it finished. Oh, so the sheets just got updated before I've had a chance to run through everything. This would be if they finish where they're starting.
What Mark's done is he's filled in the feature 2 column with the current starting grid, so it's applying points to guys. Wait, no, because
it hasn't got
it's given Vico 40 points,
which makes
that doesn't make any sense because Alejandro.
No,
it would because he's reversed up. Sorry, my apologies.
All right, so Pinto and Job, 2 title protagonists, first and second. I pray that they start shotting each other, but they won't. But it'd be good if they did. Be really good.
All we can do is hope.
All we can do is hope. Biko in third, Johan in fourth, Lombardi, Alejandro, Lullum, and Caruso are your top 8, and then everyone else is as they finished in race 1. So we've got Luke in P12. We have Luca in P16. We've got Michael down in the depths of hell with Salva P24 and P26. I've got a lot of... Oh, that's you in my ear.
My apologies. I was trying
What have you done there?
I was looking for the Apex Twitch, and it started playing. You know when you open Twitch, just gives you a stream.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. So in terms of the guys on the cut, so Luca, Michael, and Salva's actually technically out of it, completely out of it.
You hate to see it.
yeah, I don't think even with the race win and everything else going his way, I don't think he gets enough points to get there.
We'll keep you guys updated anyway as the race goes with the live points around the cut zone and around the battle for P3.
Yep. But the gist of it is, as it stands, Kevin Nielsen is 15th, and the last man in, but he's got 20 points over Soinen in 16th. That's 119 plays 99. Luca is 2 points ahead of. Luca hasn't put a good qualifying lap in all year, and he's still 14th in points.
He had that one good round.
He had one good round.
Bailed him out.
Yeah.
And
it probably will still bail him out because he needs 2 of like the guys behind to like clear him, which is going to be quite difficult.
Yeah.
All right, Revs Horizon for the final time this season with the Porsche Heuer Esports Supercup, and away we go. On board with Alejandro Sanchez as we see a little bit of jostling here coming down into turn 1.
No one goes for the bump.
No one's going for the bump. Up the inside. I reckon this race will be really messy. No, just all gloves are all
Alejandro has pulled a blinder.
He has. He's got pulled
and Pinto's gone already. Wow. That gap after T1 is insane.
Yeah, it's a full second. And Baco will probably just have a dip here because why not?
Alejandro's going to have a dip.
Alejandro.
Do you think he cares?
Nah, he doesn't.
Never
care.
mind, there's no space.
There is no space. You can't send it into somewhere that.
Oh, yay. That'll be a 4x probably for you, huh?
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. Oh, beef.
Caruso
off.
Oh,
that's
no.
huge for third in points. Huge.
Oh.
Oh.
Michael? He turned into the car. He turned into Caruso. I don't know if that was netcode or something, but I swear
Strange.
Michael turned left and oh.
All right, we're good.
Okay, we've just about survived. That was more interesting in the first 3 corners than the entire race 1.
Yeah, pretty much.
Luke has got up into the top 10 as well, so that's good.
Yep.
Especially with Caruso being shoved off, that basically guarantees one of our 3 guys who should be P3, P4, P5 now basically guaranteed. Because Caruso's gone.
Yep.
And it's only Cooper and Eco.
Well, Baco's up there.
But looking at the current points, I don't think he's going to gain enough to jump. Because he's like 20, 30 points behind. He's 30 points behind Johan as it runs.
Yeah. So, like, I mean,
so he's
a
not
long way to go
there.
still, and a lot can still happen. But
they've still got draft as well with Pinto, they should mention. But Diogo's had an incredible lap 1.2 seconds. That's going to give you 3 or 4 laps of like cam.
Yeah.
Kind of do what you want.
Just chill out a little bit.
Yeah, you can sort of bring yourself into the race nice and slowly, save some mental energy for the end. Whereas like these guys a little bit further back are going to have to sort of fight a little bit harder, especially Sebi. Alejandro's in. Oh, and Seb's just going to have him off on the exit because that send was a little bit rude.
Yeah.
I don't know if Alejandro
I don't think he meant
it.
I think he was just deep.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. But look at the gap already.
Yeah.
They've lost over a second just from that.
Yeah.
You can lose so much time in the first chicane, it's incredible.
You say about Lombardini incoming.
He's just hit Johan again.
Yeah, he'll run into the back, but I don't think he's going to send it because as it stands, he's in, like...
Comfortably in.
He's comfortably in. He doesn't need to do anything here.
I'm not sure how accurate the sheet is, but it is saying P13.
It's probably accurate as of like the start of it. It'll take a while for this because someone has to like manually update this.
Yeah,
like,
Mark is going to be flat out on the numbers at the minute.
Yeah, it's not an easy job. Not an easy Seb job. Oi, oi.
To be fair, Sebi's going to be bricking it. I would be if I was Sebi, because you get 2 Apex cars directly behind you who are fighting for third.
Yeah.
And you've not got the championship wrapped up. Like if you get turned, all of a sudden you've just lost the championship.
Yeah.
I mean, Seb is 12 laps away from being a 2-time champion and matching Josh Rogers.
Yeah.
So, and he'll want that.
Oh yeah.
Because Seb and Rogers are like the top 2 guys in sim racing, I think.
Yeah. It's hard to argue against that.
In recent years, Rogers hasn't been... I think in ESL he didn't surprise me.
But then, like that last day in Sweden, like he just showed up.
The last day in Sweden, he just...
Here we go.
Yeah, like something clicked.
I mean, he just decided he was going to win.
He wasn't remarkable at like a couple of the tracks, but at Spa he was just
different groove.
Yeah, like
he was unreal when he needed to be.
I think he has the best bottle of anyone I've seen.
Yeah,
I really do. No matter how much pressure you think he's under.
Yeah,
I was sitting between him and Sebi in Sweden, and I looked to the left, and Sebi was sort of quite agitated. Like he always had his wee tongue was sort of sticking out, and his wee mouth was going. Rogers, you couldn't tell what he was doing.
I mean, Rogers, kind of like Luke in a way, operates at like 3 FPS.
He's just so chill. Like
it's almost worrying. It's like, surely he must like, oh, the check up here is massive.
It's insane, isn't it?
But everyone's handled that like really well.
Yeah, they've all done really well there, yeah.
It's not every case there's,
some...
We just cut back to Michael for 1 point in P25, and it's just cars split everywhere.
Should mention as well, Bryn Collins is out of the race, so we have our first retirement of the last race of the season.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Don't know if it's worth it, but yeah. Caruso.
Congrats, I guess.
Yeah. Congrats on that accomplishment.
Simone is either damaged or a slowdown. One of the two.
Both.
Entirely possible. You never quite know.
You just never know with Simone.
Caruso has got running again, actually. He's just past Moreno. So there are still some points up for grabs for Caruso, which he will want, because that whole battle around P3 down to like, I don't know, what would you say, like P11 really, is quite close. There's like 80 points between, or probably not P11 actually, with one race left. What was it, 50 points
50,
maximum?
50,
so
50 max.
Yeah, so from
bear in mind, like that can swap
P8, yeah, from P8 to P3, it's very, very tight. There's like 30 odd points, 31 points. So it's all very close. Caruso with the bumper delete strat, yeah.
Biko to the lead.
Oh!
They're beefing. All right, we've got beef. Let's go.
Oh, finally. Something's happened.
I'm not sure why.
That was a big move from Pinto. Sorry, from Biko.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Pinto's fighting it so hard, because obviously like he just doesn't care about winning the championship.
He left Pinto no space on the apex whatsoever.
Not.
Pinto's going straight back at him. Biko's not defended, which is intriguing.
Well, he doesn't want to get hung around the outside there.
Yeah, true.
And it all settles down again.
We've got it all sorted out. Not for long,
we
though.
might get a race, though. This will be good.
The top 8 are within 2 seconds, so it's going to... Yeah.
It'll kick off.
That's closed everything up.
We can pretty much guarantee Sanchez is just going to be in at any given opportunity.
I think from what the guys were saying to me a couple of days ago, though, like, they need something from the front two to open up any doors for the guys further back. If you're like 3rd, 4th, 5th in line, the draft lock is just...
Yeah.
I mean, look at Johan here. He's not gained anything on Alejandro. Like, there's nothing you can really do when everyone's this close.
Yeah.
But Alejandro is our only hope here of getting stuck in, really. Johan has to sort of just sit on his hands a little bit and wait.
That being said, with if the numbers are correct as is, Alejandro is confirmed 3rd in points
by 1 point over Johan.
Yeah. So,
and there's what, 2.5K between 3rd and 4th of the points. So, yeah, Johan's not gonna. He's not gonna be nice to Alejandro. I don't think. I don't think they're gonna just sit there.
No.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so spicy.
You can see here that Alex can't do anything.
He can't, but no. I thought he was just gonna like let off the brake, and just feed the nose up the inside there.
Biko's just sort of like left his nose hanging.
Yeah.
Or Johan's...
No, it's all okay. Well, I mean, he's lost a bit of ground, but it's okay. It's fine. Seb's probably going to get the move done on...
I think Johan has a drive-through. I think Lombardi's 4x'd him 3 times, at least.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh.
He looked... Yeah, he looks furious. Wow.
Yeah.
He's still going.
That's what's happening here.
Because he hit him on lap 1, he hit him on lap 2, he shunted him again.
Yeah. So he's just going to check him up now, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Man. Right, so that's going to drop Johan...
Like, last.
It's going to drop him probably to
out of points.
P7, P8 in points now.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's heartbreaking. To get 4x like 3 or 4 separate times.
Dino also has a drive-through apparently.
Just because of checkups.
Yeah.
Oh, if they've both got drive-throughs and they're going to come straight back.
Dino just cost himself a license.
Wow. That's a good point.
If he's actually done that, that's outrageous. How has he managed that?
I was going to compliment him and say he's driven a very smart race,
And then obviously he's not.
but then as soon as this one started, he's just absolutely kicked off.
It doesn't have to like take that drive through immediately. I think you get like 3 laps to serve it.
Oh my word!
Deary me.
And I'm gutted for Johan. That properly hurts.
Yeah.
To get like, yeah, this is like one of those. It's one of the few situations where you can like fault the no-fault system in iRacing, where you can just get a result robbed from you because you're having to check up for the guy ahead of you and the guy behind just creams through the back of you. You've done literally nothing wrong, and you're still getting handed penalty points, or incident points. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just sucks. It really does.
Well, I mean, if you're Johan and you decide to put Lombardi in the wall, well, then they won't give you a license for next year. So you can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's got to just keep his lid on and just take it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. You can't go and intent rank someone. You can't go and sort of what's the word?
Retaliate.
Retaliate. That's the one.
Good for something.
Thank you, sir. You've bailed me out a few times this season. Anytime I can't think of a word, you know exactly what one I'm thinking about.
I've got you covered, mate.
Jamie the thesaurus fluke.
Up in Cold War things. Right. So points. Yeah. So it looks like Johans went from 4th to 8th in points, which like that's massive. It's gutting really.
I mean, yeah, Lombardi gets the incident points too, but it doesn't matter. Like, Johan's the one that's been affected by it through no fault of his own. If Lombardi's literally just driven through the back of him 3 times, then...
If he's driven through the back of him 4 times and Johan's picked up 1 X and Dino hasn't, well then...
The only situation where it's kind of like, all right, fair enough, is if Lombardi's getting driven through as well into Johan.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it is.
But I don't think Webster's close to a drive-through. So, kind of, oh my goodness, this is going to be interesting.
Send it through. Oh, no, the gap's not there. It's just not there.
And these checkups are going to get hectic.
Yeah.
Oh, that inside curb is brutal. Can't really say I'm surprised that. I don't think Pinto meant that. Oh,
no.
Salvo looked a bit perplexed there. He looked a bit
He's driving with one hand off the wheel. He's just one hand.
He went like that and then looked a bit perplexed and then just let go of the wheel. Oh, he's got his hand back on now.
Yeah. So Seb down P5. I don't think it really changes anything, but...
Has Lombardi got a drive-through then? Did his last lap register? I don't know if SDK will show us that or not.
I don't think it'll show that.
I don't know if you can check in Simly. Did Lombardi's last lap register a lap time, or did it just show like a blank lap time? Because if it's a blank lap time, then we know it's a drive-through. Yeah, okay, so he has got the drive-through. He's just lobbing Seb for some reason.
And they've said it in the broadcast. So
what is he doing, mate? Just box, like your race is done.
You say, yeah, 16
like
X and 2 laps with Caruso gets points, but he's literally cost himself a license.
Yeah.
Because it's going to put him outside like the top 20.
I don't think Lombardi's done anything to intentionally help Caruso.
No.
He literally was in his own battle to maintain the license, and he's just thrown that away.
Sanchez did a lead.
I'm not sure on that one, Alex.
I guess he feels like he can control the race from the front somehow.
Then here comes Lombardi to serve his drive-through after... Yeah.
I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
I don't know if this is the Seb bodyguard service anymore. Like, there's no sort of...
Bacon to the inside. It's 3. It's 3.
This won't work, boys. This won't work.
It's just going to fire it in super deep. Oh! Yeah, back out of it. Well, that's getting a bit silly.
Yeah, that's all a bit over the top. Oh man!
Like Alejandro does not need to get in anything silly here because he's got the points that he needs.
He's got it guaranteed, mate. Yeah, like Johan's out of the picture. Jordan's out of the picture. Luke's out of the picture. Webster is P5, but not.
He's not giving enough points.
He came into the round behind in points anyway, so
yeah.
As Caruso is now battling Salvo for P19. And there's someone going slowly up here. That is Sam Coiter, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
Might have a slowdown to serve in the chicane.
Is Johan close to Dino? Yeah, they are 3/10 apart.
Yeah, so they would have come straight back out. after serving the drive-throughs to continue for round 2.
Yeah.
Is Johan going to get the treatment that I got 2 years ago?
I mean, I think we know the answer to that.
Probably.
Yeah.
I just hope that Johan doesn't do anything silly. You know.
Yeah, he's going to be absolutely gutted with how that's.
Oh, but that stinks. But yeah, he's literally dropped from P4 to P8 in points and lost God knows how many thousands. He's lost thousands of dollars there.
Yeah.
Salva drive-through.
Oh, jeez. It's just all kicked off. Salva's had a stinker of a year. That pretty much sums it up for him. He's probably not actually done a single thing wrong.
Yep, here he comes.
So he'll serve his drive-through as well.
Doesn't even look bothered either.
Nah,
And to be honest, I can't blame him. I'd be so mentally done.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
In again. That's. I mean,
Smart from Seb.
Yeah, Seb's just had to let it go. There's like he can't risk anything. Seb can't risk 4Xs.
No, he can't. No.
Like that's something that needs addressing and considering. Like in his position in the championship, he should just be like waving guys through pretty much. Sitting tight, like he'll have the pace to just sit on the back of someone. He's got Cooper behind. Cooper won't do anything.
This is the perfect situation for Seb. You've got Diogo up front battling for Biko, knowing that he can't gain any more points than he is now.
Yeah.
Seb's got a teammate behind him in Webster and Lullum and Gustavo.
Yeah.
So none of them are going to do anything.
No,
so Seb can sit here and just watch the fireworks between Biko and Alejandro, because all those guys are going to want the win because it's the last round of the championship.
Yeah.
So
in Biko's case as well, like it's worth it for him in points, like the extra 5 points, and then who knows what happens.
It can jump Luke potentially. Yeah. So yeah, like Biko's still fighting for another few thousand as well.
Yeah.
Of course, that's although a lot of people might say, oh, like you're P8 in points, who really cares that you're not winning? But
it's
each position, there's a big increase in money. It's like an extra 1.5k for a position, then it becomes 2.5k when you're between P5 up to P3.
Yeah.
And then from winning the championship to second, it's 25,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, don't forget that a lot of sim racers, although pretty much everyone in this series is salaried, are maybe 5 to 10 guys.
Yeah.
Everyone's on some kind of salary. Prize money is a massive chunk of our income. So that's why Johan exploded the way that he did.
Yeah.
Because he knows for a fact he's just lost out on thousands that...
Yeah. So in this case, quite
no fault of his own. I don't know if that came through on the mic, but my watch it's gone off again, mate. Oh! Alejandro's through. Back to P2.
All right. P2. He's going to do the same thing. He's just going to send it for no reason on Pinto, who kind of doesn't care at this point. Pinto's just going to go for the race win.
Oh yeah, he's got nothing to lose. He might as well send it.
Oh, he isn't. What?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I'm just really surprised.
Yeah.
Just given like how he has raced so far in his life.
Yeah.
Alejandro is in pretty much all the time.
Oh yeah, like he's just...
Yeah, Diogo does have to fight for it, but like he also knows that the game's up.
Yeah.
I don't think you realise that like Diogo knows he's finishing second in the championship and has done for quite some time. Unless something like catastrophically happened to Seb and like harbour failure or something.
To be fair, Webster's gone past him now.
So yeah,
he's dropped another spot. Not that it's really like alarm bells are ringing yet,
but like Webster needs the positions to defend from like Luke maybe getting positions.
Yeah, exactly. And
so,
Luke is in that train as well. He's behind Zach, who's 0.6 back. So if Luke can get a bit closer, you should be able to have a move.
Yeah.
Or have a go at a move, I should say. Yeah, agreed, Faria. Yeah, he's just sort of...
He's just rolled over.
Whatever Diogo's done, Seb's done slightly better.
Yeah.
And, yeah, there's not really been any scraps between them.
So now Diogo's finally actually fighting for the first time this season.
Yeah, he's
pretty much is what it looks like.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Biko push.
Alejandro's got to defend.
Yes.
Oh, that's deep from Diogo.
That is so deep. If he holds on, that's actually unreal. Yeah, he hasn't. Not really. Oh, he has? Oh,
for
man.
God's sake, mate. What?
What is that? Oh,
Jesus. I mean, that's what's funny, right? Is that if you were like watching real life motorsport, you wouldn't say, "Oh, he's late on the brakes," because like there was like a 2k overspeed between them. But that's just how sensitive these tires are. To where like if you're 2k's quicker into the corner, you can see the result there.
Alejandro just needs to chill. I think he's still in like the position he needs.
I mean, he's still fine, yeah. Still absolutely
he's
fine.
gone hell for leather. Seb's down to P7 now. He's going backwards because he can't afford to get turned.
I mean, Alejandro blocked the living
Oh yeah.
out of
Oh
the
yeah.
exit. And then he came back across to then block Gustavo as well.
Yeah, like it was naughty. There was just no way of looking at it any other way.
He was trying to salvage what he could.
But Pinto has like shoved him off the road, so Pinto realistically should get points for that.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really help anything. Like, Seb's lost how many points?
Probably like 10 or something like that.
Yeah, and then Diogo's just going to lose that in penalty points probably.
Yeah.
Unless iRacing just sort of wave it and go, who cares?
Which they might.
I mean, probably. It's just such a traditional sort of thing to happen where through the right-hander, you're on the outside, you have to send it deep. But at this stage in the race, the tyres are getting a bit iffy. And then as you turn in for the left-hander, you literally have no grip.
Yeah.
None. So
we'll see what the live points are doing.
they are being updated as we speak. I think Sebi's has been updated, so the gap between Seb and Diogo as we run is 18 points.
I'm gonna like pull up the actual broadcast well, just in case they've got it like through a app. So,
Alejandro's tyres there, he got a little bit loose to the right-hander, and at the same time, Biko had a bit of a
coming together.
I think he had a little touching session with Cooper Webster. As Luke goes past Zach, who's got a lot of rear end damage, so that would explain why Zach has struggled today.
Yeah.
In the second race, he's had draft, but never really gotten anywhere with it, and that kind of explains it. So Luke is on the return. As good point, Lee. Red line 1 through 4.
Yeah. So they've been able to.
So they're about to end the season as they have, sort of dominated it all season long.
Yeah.
Dino and Johan still alive? Good question.
Yes.
Actually, Johan's now up to P7
in points.
He's jumped.
Everything. Well, it's because Biko's lost a few spots.
He's jumped Biko. He's now 10 ahead.
Every point that he can get does matter.
Yeah, it's the same for Caruso as well. He's got back up to P16, and he's actually. Everyone's in this lead train looking at the deltas.
Yeah.
Everyone's there.
It hasn't splintered off at all.
It's one ginormous queue all the way down to P20, which is Michael. I don't know who's in 21st.
It's Simone.
Oh, okay.
Who is 5 seconds off the back of the pack.
Yeah.
So it's a 20-car train.
And Johan's 3.2 behind Moreno. So there's 2 more spots realistically that Johan can get. Lombardi's just sort of sat
unless other
him.
people get drive-throughs as well.
Which
might happen. Like, this is a mental race.
This is the stage of the race where it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because, as I say, everyone's all sort of caught up together, and the checkups into these chicanes are going to start getting pretty hectic. So, you can see around P12, P13 here. We've got Masoyevsky and Oskari Rini having a bit of a side-by-side. This is where the 4Xs are going to happen.
Yeah.
Are these guys that are sort of 10th in line with 10 guys behind them?
There's going to be a checkup somewhere.
Yeah, there's going to be a massive checkup at some point that someone can't preempt. The inside he goes, well held.
Yeah.
Oskari didn't really fight that too hard either, to be fair.
Luca and Kevin just, whilst they're 14th and 15th, they're also 13th and 14th in points and tied for points. So, doesn't take much for Luca just to get an extra $250 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, looking pretty safe in terms of keeping his license, which is really, really good because that boy cannot qualify.
Yeah, I don't
Sadly.
know. I don't know what his curse is, him and Salva.
Yeah.
But they've really struggled with qualifying this season. Interestingly, Bosch Thompson is now
out.
Julian Soinen is now on the bubble as he's running quite
there's
happily
1
into the
point
top
actually
10.
between them.
And there's 1 point, and
That's not much.
Bosch is right behind him on track. So if this sheet is correct,
which I hope it is,
which it probably isn't, but I hope it is, then the guys in 10th and 11th on track are 15th and 16th in points, and as Jimmy said, 1 point between them. So if Bosch can get ahead of Soinen, he's in for next season. Doesn't have to go through the contender series as we start the final lap
of the season.
Have Redline told Bosch this, or have they just sort of?
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean everyone's top 7, and then there's Bosch scrapping for his life. I don't think anyone's going to tell him what's going on.
There's always one driver that gives up in contenders, but it doesn't mean that the guy in 16th gets the spot.
Yeah.
They'll just feed it through whoever qualifies back in through contenders.
Yeah, they take the extra number from Pro Q, don't they?
Yeah, rather than finishing position in PESC.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
true.
you guys get an ad now? Ah, that's unfortunate. Unlucky. If you don't want to get ads, subscribe.
True.
Yeah.
But they're not going to hear that because they're watching
Well,
that.
I mean...
Oh!
Oh, beef!
Oh!
Oh, no, no, no!
Oh!
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 It's all kicked off. I hope Alejandro's got incident points to play with. I really do. Because that was definitely 4x.
His face hasn't changed. I don't think he cares.
Yeah, he's
I
not...
think he's okay.
He's not raised a hand or anything like that.
No.
So.
If Seb got a meatball there, he'd be fine because he could finish the race with it. So it wouldn't have affected anything, providing he can get back to the...
I've pulled the actual broadcast up to see if Seb threw the hand up or anything like that, but he's just on edge really, rather than...
He sits so close to the wheel. He looks like a T-Rex when he drives. Yeah, he's right up on it.
I mean, no one sits closer to the rig or to the wheel than Freddie Rasmussen.
I couldn't believe that when I saw it in person. The actual ergonomics of that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can get on to that after the race because Webster is right up the chuff of Pinto, but not going for it. So it looks like Diogo's going to win the final race of the season. So congrats to him, unless the Delta's blue balling us a bit here. What's going on?
It's close.
Oh, photo finish.
Photo.
Oh,
I love a good photo.
oh my God. Look, he got P12.
Lucas just
wait,
his way through the middle.
Bosch Thompson has made it. Soinen.
Oh,
Lombardi got by Johan, but I think Soinen got shunted in the last corner by Bosch because Bosch is now in.
We'll need to
Bosch is P9. Soinen was P14 or something.
It's all kicked off.
Something happened, and we don't know what it is.
We haven't got a clue. There's the results. So
Soinen P14. There we go. So Josh should be in, providing no penalty points.
Well, I somehow don't think this is done. I'd be surprised.
This is not going to be done until about Tuesday afternoon.
This will be done whenever Tyler Hudson says so.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
But what we do know is Diogo Pinto has won a PESC race this season. I don't think he won one up to this point.
No, I don't think
he has now.
Too little, too late, my friend.
Too little, too late. He squeezes over the line ahead of Cooper Webster by not much. Ahead of Lullum and Gustavo in P4. Biko kept that race entertaining for us in P5. As did Alejandro, who just absolutely sent it at every given opportunity, and just about, I think, by our maths, hangs on to third in points. If Cooper got the run to the line there over Diogo, if our numbers are correct, he would have jumped Alejandro.
Correct.
So, yeah.
All in all, a pretty solid season from Cooper, actually.
Yeah. He's kind of done Cooper things, but he's picked up a win.
Yeah, he's just
which he hadn't done before. He's always
had
been
2 wins now, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's been super consistent, pretty much ever since he entered PESC.
He's just been sort of cutting about.
Yeah, he's been cutting about just in and around the top 10 pretty much every time.
Cooper's cutting.
He is cutting. Gosh, yeah. So a lot happened there. A race happened. It got spicy. There was a lot of beef.
Sebi is our champion as well. We should mention.
Yeah, that's
so. Congrats, congrats to Seb.
GG on the dub.
Yeah, he was
second championship.
Yeah, he was incredible all season. Really.
Yeah.
Had a few dodgy qualifyings, but yeah, all in all, you can't argue with the form he showed the first 2 rounds, something like that. The first 2-3 rounds, unmatched.
Yeah.
So yeah, fair play to him. 2-time champion, matching Josh Rogers as the most winningest. Well, maybe not winningest is the right word, but
oh, that's such an American word. Don't use that.
Winningest.
Yeah, it's just an American word.
Talking about American words.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier. The term vice champion. Is one of the worst.
That's not American. That's a European thing.
If Diogo posts anything on social media saying he's the vice champion of PESC,
I will slap him personally.
I'm unfollowing him, mate.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
Diogo, if you're there, do not say you're vice champion, mate, because that's just not a thing.
It's
because what's P3? Tri champion.
Thrice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alejandro should post, "I'm the thrice champion of PESC."
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that means.
Yep.
All right, I'll sub out. We've got Johan with us here, obviously after a tough race.
I'm
so
not looking forward to this
I'll leave you with I'll leave you with a very heated Frenchman.
Yeah. All right, Johan. I feel for you, bud. That was crap. But we'll get through this, and then yeah. It was all pretty much going to plan, and then it just seemed like getting run into the back of every opportunity in that second race.
And the same guy.
By the same guy.
I fully expected it. I didn't want to go past him in the first race, simply to not have to pass him in the second race and just be done with him. I've passed you. You're away.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. I don't want to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen it with Kev a couple of years back.
Yeah.
He's not learned. He is.
Well,
his brain is rotten. Like, there's no way around it. He is stupid.
I mean, to your point,
16 incidents from the same guy. He is fighting for a license. Look at him.
Oh, he lost it
He
because
is
of that.
16th in the championship. He doesn't save his license just because he's got no brake.
He was 13th going into
He
the
was
race.
13th, yeah. He just has to finish the race. He stays there. You're 13th. You can't go any further in the standings.
Yep.
You can only lose. Just stay there.
And he lost.
Finish the race.
And he's cost you massively there.
He's cost me 7k.
Yeah.
That's all he's done.
Yeah.
I'm gutted. Like, after all this season, I just finished where I was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no way around it. It's just, I don't even want to talk about it, to be fair. Like,
yeah.
we've said enough.
No, like, I appreciate you even coming up and having a word with us, because like it's a horrible, horrible feeling. But on the whole, it's been a good season.
Yeah.
On the whole, you're not going to feel it now. We'll let you sort of decompress very soon. But like, you've been so strong all season. You've had pace all year. When the strats have been in our favour,
Yeah.
you've been right up there. You've fought for wins. Like, you've had a really good year. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just finishing the race, I would have
at the end.
finishing the race, I would have been top 5 in the championship. Like, even if I was P5, I would have still taken it. Like, it's still a good result.
Yeah.
Top 5 in PESC.
Yeah.
It's a goal you're on, but yeah. 7th, it's just disgusting.
Yeah, it'll sting, and it'll sting for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you've still done really well this season, and take that forward through to what we have next.
What we have next,
then,
yeah.
And then probably back for this again next year.
Yeah. Hopefully he's not there anymore, but yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Well, if he is going to be back next year, he's going to have to requalify him, because he's cost himself there as well. Like,
No, he's fucked this second half of the year. Like, he was in.
Yep.
Just had to finish, but yeah.
Yeah, all he had to do was hold position, hold fire. But
I knew he was stupid, but I didn't expect him to be that stupid.
yeah, I couldn't believe it either. Kev couldn't believe it either. Lee in production couldn't believe it either. And I don't think anyone in Twitch chat could believe it. I mean, like,
it's hard to believe, yeah. I mean, anybody in this position, even if you're a rookie,
yeah,
you're shitting bricks and trying to finish the race, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. Well, like, was he getting run into, or was it just him on his own?
Well, there's one time where Chris ran into the back of him.
Yeah.
Which I can accept. It's a 4X. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the other 3 times, it's just
straight through the back.
Straight to the back of me. Like, it's checking up. They're 2x2 in front of me. Where am I supposed to go?
Yeah.
Check up. You're not gonna go any further.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a frustrating one, but we'll let you go. Yeah. Nothing else to say. All the just brutal luck,
nothing
mate.
else.
And yeah, we'll pick you up and get you going again. And
We will.
just sadly with the wallet slightly lighter than what it should be.
It happens, but yeah.
It happens.
It stinks that it's for me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks for chatting to us, Johan. Yeah. Cool. All right. I think we'll bring someone remote in, because I don't think Luke's come up for a chat. I haven't seen him pop around the corner. So we'll speak to Luca, who has, by some miracle, just decided to not qualify really at all for any race this season, and then keeps a license, which, you know, seems like the strat, seems like the way to do it. Teach me your ways, my friend.
I like the pink mood lighting, I should say.
The mood light's
Nice.
pretty. Pretty tasty, yeah, I'm liking that. Again, qualifying didn't go to plan, and then you spent two races scrapping and had a fun run to the line at the end, which I think confirms you, all being well in terms of like penalty points and stuff like that. 13th in points, so yeah,
Better than last year. Better than last year.
Better than last year.
Yeah.
Just about. Slightly
Yeah,
better than last year.
Yeah,
At this rate, he's going to be
say?
PES champion in 2038 or something like that.
Yeah, probably. If you move up like that, yeah.
If he keeps going
no.
one spot at a time.
Yeah, I don't know what I should say. I mean, it's the same as last year. It's like one round that gets me up in that position. Last year it was Nordschleife, got me like from P26, P12, and then just backwards to P14.
Yep.
And yeah, this time it was this special like event or whatever, Watkins. Yeah, and I don't know. It's always a quali. I mean, at least I hit it some lap in Monza, and I guess nearly all other races were just bad grip, not the good tire preparation for the quali, for that one lap, and just being nervous and shaky leg into turn one. And in this car, it's beneficial. So yeah, and in the two races, it was definitely just damage limitation. I knew in which area I am in the standings, and I just looked out to get points. I mean, the checkup's so big. In both races, after 2 laps, I had 8x, and just try to manage and don't want to risk anything because I know I can make it from this position. And then I just looked up, and Dino was like, okay, at the front, and probably he will move in front of me, so that would have been P15. But yeah, in second race, he luckily for me got that penalty, I guess. And in the second race, I gained somehow 2 positions out of that last corner because the 2 corner guys were battling. So yeah, probably that gave me P13 at the end. I hope no penalty points left for me because I can't imagine this doing something in that race. So yeah, I hope it's like that. So, and if I'm of course happy, but definitely if there's another season, I need to look out doing something different. And I don't know what.
We'll get you sorted out for next year. That hopefully won't be a problem. But yeah, we just caught the tail end of the run to the line there. It looked really, really spicy, but we didn't get seeing everything because we're just all over the place trying to figure out what was happening. We've got it pulled up on the screen at the minute, just like it was absolute carnage. But congrats on sort of holding your nerve, because with the qualifying struggles that you've had this season, like you've had to work your way forward pretty much every time, and you've not really had any like big issues. Not maybe it's 1 or 2 I'm like forgetting, but in general it's been like you've kept your nose clean even in the gulag basically. So yeah, I think you've done a really, really good job. It's just we need to get you up at the front at some point so we can really see what you can do.
Yeah, I mean the race pace is always there. I see that, and especially the consistency, especially in the races as well. I guess I just got spun 1 time, and that was in Imola, and all the other races I somehow came back from my bad quali position somehow in the points. And of course that's one of my strengths, so that's why I probably can stay alive at the top if I qualify there for 1 time. So yeah, it's definitely something I need to work for next season to somehow get this in control. I don't know, doing more officials, doing more stressful racing, whatever. It's definitely that, and the mentality what's killing my 1 lap, and of course the tire preparation. But at the end, that's for everyone the same. But
yeah.
Somehow.
Well, hopefully the current generation of tire prep stuff is over after this. Hopefully iRacing like know the issue and can get on top of it. We're just seeing the run to the line there. That's quite funny that you've just gained those spots in that way.
Yeah.
you not actually had to do anything there. You just these guys have beefed and we're just gonna drive clean past them. Happy days. And that's pretty much giving you the points that you needed to confirm that you've scored more points than Nielsen and hold on to 13th, which is the maximum you could get. So yeah, you've had a really good day.
Yeah, kinda compared to all the other days, definitely. So yeah, happy ending. So
excellent.
best we can do.
It was the best you could do. 13th for the season.
Excellent.
Not a bad bit of effort. And yeah, we'll see you again next year for it.
Yeah, hopefully in person.
Hopefully in person.
That'll be good.
Fantastic.
Have a good night, guys.
You too, mate.
You too, mate. All right, who do we have up next? Okay, right, we've got Salva.
Oh, the poor man.
I think that's the only noise I can make. Just
Yeah, we feel for him, man.
We do. It's it's been a rough season from start to finish, and including the finish. Yeah, talk us through it, mate.
Well, starting from Q, it was a really, I would say, decent lap, but I had nothing in terms of grip. The conditions were a bit different on what we were practicing in. It was a bit warmer, but even with that, I had anything. I was really surprised because then analyzing my strat, everything looked fine. But anyways, you never know until you hit the first braking. So yeah, I had anything, and I said, I mean, here on this track, everything can happen. So I just started trying to take it easy. But yeah, on the first lap of the first race, I already got I think it was a 12x. Yeah, one off track, and I had to play with 4x for the rest of the race. Yeah,
you can't.
I crashed Michael. It was not my fault because I had a car inside that just pushed me into Michael. So yeah, I was not happy about that. But yeah, it's just another season, another race here at Monza. You always know that, yeah, everyone is trying to push so much, a lot of drafts, a lot of fights on this track. So you see a lot of things that shouldn't be like that, and yeah, some lack of respect everywhere. But you know, it is what it is. I tried to finish the race. Then I got a 4x on the very last lap. I was trying to fight with Moreno, I think it was for P18 or P17, I don't remember. And we were trying to respect each other because both were on the limit. We were on 16x. And then Simone came from the back, just hit both of us. And
we sang that.
That was the cutback of all cutbacks. Like he came from last week, I think you said, Jimmy.
Yeah, I said he came from last week, which is I haven't seen anything quite that ridiculous in the series.
No, I've seen some crazy stuff, but I've never seen a cutback from that far behind.
I mean, like I've done that cutback before. You need to be half.
You just have to be a bit careful because you have two cars in front of you, like side by side. He just went into Moreno and he went into me then. But you know, it's fine. Both of us got a drive-through on the very last lap, and yeah, I just started P25. Then I got again on the first two laps. I think it was I got 16x after 2 laps, and then I got another 4x. It was I think a bit of a netcode with Jordan. It was really weird. I felt anything, and I got a 4x, and I got another drive-through. But yeah. I mean, obviously it's been a really bad round for me, and I'm P26, so I'm basically out of everything. But you know, it's been a difficult season, and you know, after these 4 years that I've been on this championship, I'm really proud of, you know, work with such a group of people here in Apex. You know, 2 years with MSI and 2 years with Apex, but every year working with you guys, you as well. And it's been an amazing time here on this championship. I need to think a bit about the situation, but I see really difficult that I qualify again for this championship. Obviously, I will keep racing because you cannot go away from what you love the most. But yeah, it's been, especially this last year, it's been tough for everyone. But I would say for me, it's been, really, really tough. I don't know what to say, but well, just thank to everyone. You did amazing on the broadcast. I've enjoyed so much working with the guys. We had so many new people this year. It's been amazing as well. So thanks to everyone. And I don't know, let's see what the future brings.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you've answered the question that we're going to ask.
I was going to ask you.
Are you coming back for it? Which sounds like probably not, which would be a shame because like we need you in the series, because who else is going to take on the mantle now of nicest man in PESC?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've got burdened with the tag of nicest guy in sim racing, and no, I'm not in PESC. Well, I've just bestowed that upon you, and now you're not going to come back. So, I mean, everyone's annoying then. About I was going to use a worse word, but I'll say. I mean, everyone's annoying PESC now.
The fact that you're sitting there with a smile still on your face is remarkable. After that,
I can't believe it.
It's incredible. That's some real mental fortitude right there.
Yeah. But it's been tremendous, like watching you race and just giving it large for the 4 years that you've been in the series.
Yeah.
hopefully you're back. I want to see you back.
Me too.
Yeah. We need
Yeah,
Salva Talent back in the past. It has to happen.
You know,
Bring it. I'm going to make a hashtag on Twitter. Like, we're going to make it happen. You'll be back.
Yeah.
You don't want to be back, but we'll make sure you're back.
Yeah. You know, it's been 4 years really tough because apart from this, I've been working as well with the academy. I've been studying really hard at university, and at the beginning, I was not thinking I would be able to do everything, but at the end, I think I've grown so much as a person just because of this championship, and obviously because of working with Apex. And at least taking the positive side, I'm really happy about that because you cannot lose that because of a crash or anything. So I'm just happy, and I just wanna keep growing on sim racing and keep continuing my career here.
Excellent. Well,
Beautiful words.
beautiful words. Yeah, I mean, I can't sum it up any better than that. Well, all I can say is enjoy then the rest of your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you racing in something competitive very, very soon. Hopefully it's not too long, and we'll get you back on the PES grid. It'll happen. We'll make sure of it.
Thank you very much, guys.
No worries. Right. We've got Alejandro coming in.
He's
the man who's-
probably the
the-
most excited man that this season has finally finished.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, Salva's definitely up there for considering how bad his season was, but I think
Yeah,
from the times we have spoken to Alex, it's been one hell of a ride.
yeah. It has been a roller coaster, but Alejandro Sanchez, Jesus
Hello.
Christ, mate. what was that?
I don't know, man.
Man's giving me a heart attack at every possible opportunity.
Madness.
Like,
Yeah,
you
man,
only needed like something inside the top, anything inside top 5, and you're good. And you're just sending it everywhere, left, right, all over the place.
Mate, life is boring otherwise, like, you gotta send it.
I mean, you do, but you didn't. You didn't need to send it. It kept it really entertaining for us. We had a lot of fun watching that. But yeah, talk me through how that all sort of unfolded, because like it's obviously like a constantly moving thing in terms of the points, like what is happening. Like there's a lot of stuff not in your control. Crusoe obviously had the issue at the start, so that kind of pushed him out of contention. So yeah, talk us through that second race sort of more than anything.
Yeah, basically I was just trying to get to the front because I knew who was around me and I knew what they were gonna try, and that's exactly what happened. So I was just trying to move to the front because that way I could at least have some kind of control over what's happening and not have some people like brake checking in front of me or pushing me off the track like happened like a couple times. But yeah, that's more or less what I was trying to do. I knew Sebi was like gonna play it safe, just like Pinto 2 years ago. So I just knew that if I send it on T1, I will be fine. Like he would just let me go. So yeah, that's more or less what happened. Of course, unfortunate. We were running P2, trying to overtake Pinto, but he had other plans.
He had other plans.
Yeah,
Which
like I
kinda makes
was
sense.
almost running deep, and he was running even deeper, and he just came back into the track like he didn't care. So
Yeah, that move at the end was naughty. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not on.
yeah, it was very naughty. And then, of course, being surrounded by 5 people from the same team, I know what was gonna happen, and he did the same to Vico. So yeah, it was like it was very clear what they were trying to do. They were trying to get Webster into P3 and everyone else into like as high as possible in the championship. And that's just blatant points manipulation, and it's just sad to see this at such a high level. I think you should be just racing for yourself, of course, trying to help your teammates when possible, but this is like next level. And then Johan got DQ'd as well because of more or less the same thing. Yeah, it's just really unfortunate. Yeah.
But with Johan, I think we can attribute that to just Dino doing Dino things, because Dino cost himself a license. Dino was comfortably in and then just completely threw it away, which boggles my mind. I couldn't believe it. I think though it's still worked out. If the numbers are right, you're still third in points. Like a point down to Jordan and a point down to Cooper. If Cooper won the race to the line, he would have ended up third. So
I was quite surprised that.
I'm surprised they didn't take that one through.
I was really expecting it, to be honest.
Yeah, Diego wanted wanted a race win this season, I guess. I don't know.
He had that dog in him.
He had that dog.
Yeah.
He finally went off script at the very last moment. So, but yeah, a frustrating season in a way, but also like, you know, third in points, given the frustrations, isn't a bad return. So yeah, especially with the start of the season at Daytona, where you know it went really badly wrong. You've sort of recovered really well. Sort of sum up the season for us.
Yeah, I've been here for 7 years. Keep getting minus 38 penalty points. Part of it is my fault, part of it isn't. So I'm more or less fighting against not just myself, but the stewards and everyone else on track. So it's a bit hard and it's a bit frustrating. So I just don't really care that much anymore. Of course, I still put a lot of effort in, and I put like 30 hours into this run. But yeah, don't really care too much about what happened. I've proven what I'm capable of, and people already know as well. So like, it's just the money, and that's it. That's what I'm in it for at this point.
At least you're honest.
This man is a prize fighter at this point, and I respect that. I rate that.
To be fair, I feel that from Alex. Like the last couple of years I was in it, it was just for the money. I didn't really care about anything else anymore.
Yeah.
Like, after all the Brake Dragon stuff like exploded, I was like,
I've got no problem saying it. I've spent 30 hours looking for bumps on this track and figuring out some dumb bullshit for actually getting more grip into the tire. And this is not what I signed up for. Like, this is not sim racing. This is just, I don't know, something else. And then you're fighting against like 7 people from the same team, which are trying to fuck you up. It's just retarded, this thing, man. Like, and it's what sim racing has become. Don't get me wrong. It's just a sad place to be in. This is way worse than Brake Dragon, because you are doing it every lap.
Yeah.
Basically.
So, it's another season done. Yeah, we're not even sure really what's next in terms of like competitive stuff.
yeah, I was going to ask you, what's your plans for the rest of the year then? Obviously, it's PESC finally done. You're more than comfortably locked in with P3, barring any race control shenanigans. But yeah, like, what's your plan then for the rest of the year? Obviously, it's looking quite quiet at the moment on the iRacing side of things, but what have you got lined up?
We'll see. I have not really any championships planned until September, and I know myself, and I know I won't be able to stay like still until September, so I may have to do something else at some point. But yeah, we're all just trying to enjoy life. Like, I've been lucky enough to be able to like finish uni more or less already, so I was like full-time doing this, and it's a bit boring, I would admit, because of what I said, because we are not actually like properly driving. We're just trying to find exploits at this point. So yeah, not really too happy with sim racing at the moment, but I know I will be back sooner than September for sure. I don't know what I will do next, but
Road to
maybe
10K
later.
make it happen.
Yeah.
Man, doing officials against these people, man. We'll see. I'll probably become a gardener or something, or find some side hustle. I don't know.
Become a farmer.
Professional gardener.
Oh, mate, I would love to be a potato farmer, man. Honest.
He's got his summer figured out at least. Well, we'll let you go and at least enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good one, mate. And I mean, all being well, we'll see you doing this again next year. Whether you want to or not, you'll be back with me. Bye.
I will be back.
You have no choice. You're stuck doing this forever.
What a sad life, to be honest. But nah, I'm just kidding. At the end of the day, we're doing what we love, and we're getting money from it, and you know, having fun sometimes.
Sometimes.
But yeah, it beats a regular job for me. So yeah,
that's fair. Well, hopefully there'll be fewer tire shenanigans next year, and hopefully it'll be a bit more about just who's the best driver, and yeah, we'll take it from there next year. Have a good one, mate.
We'll see. Yeah, have a good one.
See you, mate.
Cool.
Bye.
All right.
I'm being kicked out again.
He's been booted.
I'll be
again.
back.
He'll be back. All right. So we've got Luke McKeown coming in. Yeah, decent job, mate. It's been tough the second half of the season. But we'll do that, and then I'm just going to move your slider up because that's the done thing here. Because the quietest man in all of sim racing has graced us with your presence. I think that's the only thing that kind of sums it up. It's like there was so much promise with the season, and it's kind of just sort of petered out a little bit. just haven't quite been able to be in the right place at the right time. Qualifying didn't go to plan today, and then it's always an uphill battle when you're starting mid-pack.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of positives to take from the season.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
I was just taking it really as like a learning kind of year. It's my first year doing this championship, first year competing full time. I'm just seeing how it goes. So I'm not too bothered. Obviously, I'm bothered because I had such a strong start of the season. It's just like you said, just peeled away. But honestly, like it is what it is. I'm pretty happy. But
as JV points out, good rookie. So top rookie, comfortably top rookie as well.
Yeah.
Well, comfortably enough. Like Lolum ended up scoring quite big points, but even still, he didn't get back to you. It looks like 6th overall, depending on post-race penalty stuff. I don't think he got into any major beef or issues that I've seen. So yeah, it just looked like typical Monza checkups, a lot of beef, and you just try to keep your nose clean, and you pretty much did that. I know you probably picked up 4Xs left and right.
I was,
everyone did.
I think I got 12X after 2 laps.
Yep.
Or like 1.5 laps. I was just trying to stay out of trouble. Like Pete was spotting me, keeping me updated on the points, which was super helpful. I just kind of knew what I had to do. I didn't want to risk anything. And yeah, the checkups are insane. It's like, that's probably the worst race I've ever done. It was just like, not racing, it was just surviving basically. And then I was 16X in T1 in the last lap, so I just drove it home. It wasn't great. I couldn't get the tyres basically to work all week. I was struggling like quite a lot in race and quali, which is unusual because I'm normally like always there on race. I don't know what happened. First time racing really at Monza, so yeah, I don't know. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. That's about it.
Yeah, it's okay. Just finish 6th in your first season pass. It's okay. It's all right. I would say it's been a really good year. Obviously, given the start of the season, it did sort of tail off a tiny bit, so you're going to be a little bit frustrated. But if it went the other way, where you started out sort of mid-pack and then just worked your way forward, then you would see it completely differently. But I think you've had a really good season. I don't think you've got much to learn really. 6th is better than I ever did in PESC, so you're doing plenty well there. So what's next? Now that this series is done, it sort of rolled through very quickly.
It was very quick, yeah.
So you've still got Porsche GB.
Yeah, Porsche GB got 2 more rounds left.
Yep.
And that's about it, really.
About it for now. Yeah, it looks like everyone's got a little bit of a lean summer sort of upcoming.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think there's stuff that's rumoured and whatnot. There always is. We'll just see what happens, basically. See what happens. But yeah, I'm looking forward to maybe a bit of a break after this or after GB, and just go for it for the second half of the year. See what comes up.
Sounds good. Well, I think you've had a fantastic season. I think Kev will agree. I think everyone in Twitch chat will agree. Wins and Vincent chat. Wins and debut in the closest competition sim reason. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's not bad.
Exactly, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. I think you'll only be like properly pleased if you just like win every race and comfortably win the championship. I think that's the only way that you'll actually be truly
probably.
But until that happens, you have to deal with it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay until I win, and then it's all good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
That's it.
I'll probably still be like this. I'll be like, it was a really good championship.
Won the championship, picked up all this prize money. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was all right. Yeah. But we'll let you go. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
It's like a sauna in here, man. Oh my god.
It is warm. But
it's so warm.
Right. Enjoy the rest of your evening, mate. I just heard that. Oh Jesus. Excellent.
He's got that. His core temp is a lot higher because he's just done a race.
Yeah.
So coming up here, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah. Like it is warm up here. Oh, you can feel the sweat.
He's got sweaty cheeks, man. Oh my word. They turned on the heated seat.
Nerve 24, the next big thing. Good question.
Probably. Indy 500. I know there's quite a few of our guys. Obviously, we've got a big history of the Indy 500.
Yep, as a team, it's been a big
with
thing.
With Treno and myself and Michele over the years, we've always rocked up. Of course, Alex, the big Alex Simpson, the team boss,
the boss man,
years and years ago used to do that as well. So
that man loves an Indy 500 setup.
Alex Simpson,
he's an actual wizard.
That one
I don't
year,
think people realise that.
That 1 year, he done one Q run, barely got into the top 33. and then started like 31st in the race, and by the end of the first stint, he was like 10th. I was like cruising like P5, P6, like managing the fuel, whatever, and I look in the mirror, and everyone's sort of like on the bottom line, just sort of cruising, like managing the dirt air, and Alex is like up in the grey, just ripping the top, up and down on the weight jacker like crazy. Some of the settings he had on there were crazy, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just sort of chilling. I was like, Alex, you've made up 25 spots or something in the first stint. He's like, yeah, it was quite a good stint.
Yeah.
I was like, I've never seen anyone run that high at Indy and have any kind of success with it. So, yeah, I think Pete's talked about wanting to do it. I think even Luke is wanting to do it as well. Like a few of our guys have been doing a lot of oval racing recently for a bit of fun.
Yep.
So yeah, and Norb 24, Indy 500, I think are the next two big ones that I can think of. In terms of like proper esports stuff, though, like I don't really know of anything on iRacing at the moment.
Yeah.
The summer's like open for the first time probably ever.
Some guys will just go out and touch grass for the first time in about 8 years.
Yeah, we'll come back next year and half the grid will be sunburnt.
Yeah. They'll have all got a tan finally.
The first time ever.
For the first time ever. What are we going to do? Ooh, wait and see. Wait and see.
NDA. We're not just cutting about.
We're not.
We have plans.
We have plans.
Big plans.
And you'll hear about them at some point. Who knows when?
Soon, trademark.
Soon, trademark.
But with that, I think that's the season done.
That's the season done.
We've had a good bit of fun up here.
We have.
A bit sad that it's ending, but yeah, I'm also not at the same time. For our own drivers' well-being, I'm glad it's done.
I mean, for poor Mikey. Mikey hasn't come into an interview for the last like 3 rounds because
I don't blame him, mate.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. He's going to be devastated. But
Yeah.
As with Michael, he'll bounce back as he always does. He's like a little bouncy ball.
Proper golden retriever energy.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Like he'll feel down now, but like
He's the best guy to have around.
tomorrow, Monday, he'll be fine again. He'll
Yeah.
be absolutely fine. And it'll be extra fine now that the season's done and he can like not do this for a little bit.
Yeah, he can just have a bit
It
of
is a
time
grind.
off.
Like it is mentally
Oh,
an absolute grind.
Yeah, I remember at the end of every
Wears you
single
out.
PESC season, I would take like a solid week or 2 off.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd really do is like data packs, but yeah, for the most part, I'd just get away from the sim as much as possible.
Yeah. Just get that reset in.
Yeah, you need like that reset. I mean, during the season, having many resets is really important. Like if you're racing on the Saturday, take the Sunday off. Maybe even take the Monday off if you've got like a 2-week break. That's what I used to do. I'd take like two days off after the race.
Yeah.
Not even touch the sim. And it really helped me just sort of stay in the groove and not deal with burnout.
Yeah. That's what sort of worried me when I heard how much prep Mikey had put into this run. It's like,
Yeah.
and I can understand why. Like you go full bore at it, but like he probably nearly went too far.
Yeah, I think so. You can definitely over practice for an event.
Yeah. But we'll leave it there for now for the season.
Let's wrap it up. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. It's been really good fun. I've enjoyed it with you, mate.
Likewise, we've got a good few clips out of this as well, which is good.
I mean, all of them are you.
Wow.
All of them are you.
I'm glad I could provide some
And I wouldn't have
entertainment
it any other way.
glad I could provide some entertainment for everyone at home.
Thanks everyone in the chat. It's been really, really fun this season. Hopefully you got some good insight from what we've been saying. Maybe, who knows? But hopefully we've been able to provide something entertaining anyway. We've had a lot of fun doing this. Hopefully you've had fun watching. Thanks to Lee every week in the production room, slaving away there.
Big up Lee.
Big up Lee for making sure that this runs smoothly, because without Lee it doesn't run smoothly. So massive thanks to him, massive thanks to you, Kev.
Likewise, mate.
And yeah, that's it for us, or from us for now. Almost nailed the outro. Almost. Who knows what we're doing next, but whatever it is, don't miss it.